Join our sponsors. We'll be coming right back here. It's always good to be here in the morning to get our voices out and to interact with all of you. We'll be right back.
I say, my people, First National Savings and Loans Liberia not do it again. Oh, I say, my people, y'all listen. First National Savings and Loan Liberia not do it again. Oh,
but when I come, why you shouting all around the place like you not found bank manager well so?
Namo, even if I found bank manager well, I would be very happy.
Like how now?
Because all the things that the First National Savings and Loans Liberia doing, it will really take away our stress.
In what way it will take away your stress?
Look, Namo, if you're looking for a good place to save your money you suffer for, or you want your money to receive good interest over a period of time, then go to the First National Savings and Loans Liberia. At First National Savings and Loans Liberia, you can open savings account, current account, church savings, Susu savings, and mobile banking. You will get account SMS alerts right away, meaning as soon you save the money, you will get message on your phone right away that you not save the money.
So Goku, the way you not do all the fancy then so what should do now if I want to open my own account?
Namo, when it comes to opening a saving account for church, school, and organization, you can call them and they can open the account for you right to your own house, school, church, or organization. If you want to pay your children's school fees, you can also do it when you call them too. Try to join them to make things easy for yourself.
I really amazing good in you.
Also, First National Savings and Loans Liberia can offer you different ways to do what the poor people call fixed deposit, or to keep your money starting from 13% per annual, meaning per year for Liberian dollars deposit, and 10.25% per annual, meaning also per year for United States dollars deposit for what the poor people call fixed deposit. First National Savings and Loans Liberia. We are located on 10th Street, Sinker. Better still, you can call us on 0779 206 231 or 0886 027 466, and we will come to you. First National Savings and Loan Liberia is a microfinance deposit taking institution. At First National Savings and Loans Liberia, we put you and your business first.
We are brave. We are passionate.
Hey Tanu, I need cash and there is no ATM around here.
Really? Did you try the EcoBank POS?
POS? I said I need cash. What is it about POS?
Judy, you can get your cash through the POS. All you need to do is to visit any EcoBank Express point or petrol trade gas station and request to use the POS. Guess what? It can also take other bank cards.
Oh, widow, you mean cards from banks overseas too?
Yes, it should just be your Visa card.
Wow, great. So when there is no ATM around me, I will just use the POS to get my money fast. EcoBank has made it too easy, man. EcoBank and innovation that real 5 and 6 so.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
The Liberia Revenue Authority, LRA, informs all taxpayers and the general public of the ongoing registration exercise for medium and large taxpayers in preparation for the transition to the value-added tax VAT regime. The registration process includes the deployment of an electronic invoicing system in accordance with Section 55C of the Revenue Code of Liberia as amended and the Income Tax EFD regulation. All concerned taxpayers are encouraged to register online on the LRA website www.lra.gov.lr by clicking on the Online Services tab, selecting GST or VAT registration and completing the registration process. A team from the LRA will visit your premises to provide support for the registration process. Taxpayers are strongly advised to fully cooperate with the LRA registration teams to ensure successful registration and smooth deployment of the electronic invoicing system. Failure to comply with the registration requirements may result in penalties as prescribed under the amended Revenue Code, including other punitive measures. Please note that pursuant to the Liberia Tax Amendment Act of December 2025, approved on March 24, 2026, the Goods and Services Tax (GST) rate has been adjusted from 12% to 13% as part of efforts to facilitate a smooth transition to the value-added tax VAT system in 2027. For more information, visit the LRA website www.lra.gov.lr or call 0770 572 572. Signed, Margaret P. Crote, Commissioner, Domestic Tax Department.
From the heart of
Are you looking for quality and healthy beats for whatever occasion for reasonable price? Then worry no more. Brown Hop Liberia got you covered. At Brown Hop Liberia, we sell healthy, agile raised pig for only $350 Liberian dollars per pound. Our pigs are born and raised in Liberia according to high European standards of hygiene and care. You are welcome to visit our farm in Bombing County or come to UCI at Freeport to choose your pig, weigh it, pay, and take it home. For more information, inquiry, or reservation, contact Brown Hawk Liberia via WhatsApp on 0770-888-804 or call 0880-900-041. Brown Hawk Liberia, quality you see, cleanliness you can trust.
healthy pigs, quality you trust.
Good news to all travelers in and out of Liberia. Sumahoro Transport Service, STF, has introduced new fleets of buses in Liberia to take travelers from Monrovia directly to Ghana, Abidjan, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. We can also do connections for our passengers to Lomé, Cotonou, and Lagos, as well as Bamako, Dakar, Banjul, Kankan, Madiana, and Labe. We carry valuable items to your loved ones through our courier service. We also have delivery service to your various destinations upon arrival in Monrovia. We have taxi service to and from our parking station to your home. Please come to our red light office opposite Zone 9 Depot Police Station or call 0775 908830 0886 0555 558801 for bookings. ST is here to serve you.
Your cars, generators, and other machines can last much longer when you use the right kind of petroleum products to power your engines. Sunek Group, located on Bushroad Island, is dealer and distributor of high-quality petroleum products across Liberia at available prices. At Sunek Group, we sell and distribute high-quality petrol, gas, and diesel fuel to fueling stations across the nation. Our highly trained, professional, and customer-friendly staff are always waiting and ready to serve you. We deliver your petroleum products to your destinations on time. No worries. Power your engines with the right kinds of petrol, oil, and gas today and save time and money. Come to Sunek Group, your one-stop distributor of high-quality petrol, oil, and gas. We are located in a BMC building opposite UBA Bank, just a block away from LPRC on Bush Road Island. For more information, call 0777-062-441 or 0886-473-164. Sunek Group, spinning the wheels of oil and gas in Africa.
Kebe, two of us from this town. I call you here to ask you about what we can do to make our tradition succeed.
Dede, the only thing we can do is to put here on the Women and Girls Protection Act, yeah? With this act, our traditional people will know our girls' rights and they will stop female circumcision.
Liberia's unique culture is our pride, but harmful practices must end.
A message from the Association of Female Lawyers of Liberia, AFL.
Oh, yes. I like this traditional place, you know. Good morning. Welcome back to the OK Morning Rush. It's right here on 99.5. It's on the Monday, 3rd August, and it's always a pleasure to be here in the morning. Those of you who are celebrating birthdays today, we'd like to say happy birthday to you. We want to get a special birthday treat to Mrs. Marie Benjamin Jensen Nyenswa, the wife of our friend, our colleague Francis Nyenswa, who is celebrating her birthday today. Mrs. Nyenswa, I would like to say happy birthday to you. Hoping you celebrate in style, you know, celebrate very well. I don't know. Francis hasn't given us the itinerary for the day here, but we like to say happy birthday to you. And happy birthday to the others. This morning we'll talk to Mark Rogers from Grand Cape Mound about this vessel that was being talked about yesterday on social media. We are still trying to get to talk to some sources within the security sector to tell us, to give us update as to what has happened. But we'll talk to Mark Rogers. We'll talk to Franklin Dolokwi this morning. Ambassador Sheikh Koyate, former Ambassador Sheikh Koyate is our guest at 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock, Musa Kene will be here. Musa is a politician, he's a lawyer, a journalist. He will be here in all those capacities. We'll talk about governance. We'll talk about focus more on reforms at the legislature and some of the things he's proposing. You will hear from him. That's the shape of the show. This week, we'll try to go to the Liberia Aquaculture Company, LAC, in Grand Basso, to see for ourselves and get first-hand information about some of the photos and reports coming from LAC, or in turn to get the company to do the right thing. You know, these reports are not meant to tear people on. It's just meant to remind people that, look, there is a social corporate responsibility. We'll try to reach out to LAC and to find out, see for myself some of the things that are going on and what attempts the company, is making, to try to do renovation and stuff like that. If some of, those things are what they are. So that is it. A few things to talk about this morning. Lest we'll forget that the country is still investigating the seizure of one of the biggest, if not the biggest, drug bust ever in the history of our country. First, it was 19 million. Right now, the government is talking about $300+ million. Investigations are still being conducted. Over the weekend, maybe prior to the weekend, because I know it was maybe around Thursday, President Joseph Boakai suspended some people and dismissed a lot of people. The deputy director for the National Security Agency was dismissed, and other agents there were dismissed. The senior ops from the Liberia National Police were also dismissed. and I think one or two, the deputy officer in charge of the LDA, I think he was suspended and suspended, pending investigation. And he will surface on Facebook few minutes later and write a post, a biblical quotation, and all these kinds of things. We continue to say, let's give the investigation the chance, because we're supposed to be trusting in the security people in the country to conduct these investigations if they are supposed to be people who took oath to protect and defend the Constitution and the lives of all of us. Now, it's a strong deterrent. Around the world, people don't stop people from carrying drugs into their countries. But mind you, if you took it there, there's strong surveillance, they will get you. The only thing about the drug issue, I think, Gregory, going for, remember when the issue about the FOIA project came about, that project in FOIA where the president says it's a government project, lastly, the initial statements that were coming from the government were all conflicting. People were saying the Ministry of Information, the Executive Mansion, and the Minister of Public Works. Everybody was giving different accounts of the FOIA situation, and I think they brought it to the public and got people moving with it the way people were moving. And then later on, the government said, "Oh, people just speculating and blah blah blah." I've always said it, and I'm going to say it again this morning. In every government, including this, they've never gotten lack of professionals. I said it the other time, crisis communication is not as simple as you think it is. Crisis communication is something extra. I sat on this radio the other time and I named a lot of experts that work in different places in the government who are very good crisis communicators, who can be able to advise, whether it is the Ministry of Information, whether it is the office of the president. In these kinds of times, you don't have everybody talking at the same time. Why am I saying? I think Gregory Coleman, the police inspector general, is getting more political than he's supposed to be security minded. If care is not taken, he will say something one day and it will pop up. The government will take the whole year to provide clarity that may necessarily not sink in the public. I think at this stage and moving forward, it should be the Ministry of Information communicating on all of the matters associated with the drug issue. There's nothing wrong with the security people giving the information to the Minister of Information and the Minister of Information communicating, because he's a political person. I don't want to get into the debate about some journalists receive money, because I know, if all of us were very serious to do what we're supposed to do for our country, Gregory should not even be saying nothing. I say he should not even be saying nothing. He should be taking action. If journalists go and take money from the cartel to do the wrong thing, it is no longer any small thing. Bribery is a crime under our laws. For the police inspector general to mount a podium to even announce that some journalists or media institutions are taking money from the cartel, I'm like, is this guy serious? Arrest these people, go after the people. Why you will be complaining? You are the one we are depending on to lead it. That's the reason why the other time I was asking what was happening to the DEA guy. He's not talking too much. Greg is doing all the talk. Probably that is as a joint security, got structure so that Gregory will do the talking. So as he was talking, I was like, what a guy talking about? You get journalists in this town who took money from the drug people to do the wrong thing. Then you sitting here, police inspector general, you complaining. You're supposed to be arresting these people based on because all the arrests, the police and DA and whoever, NSA, all the arrests they're making based on tip-off. So if Greg got a serious tip-off that's on journalists or media institutions getting money, what's stopping you from going after them? So I don't want to get into that debate because I think I think it's just intended to erode public trust in the media. I don't believe that. I mean, I just think he's just getting, that's why I say I think Gregory is getting more political. I think he got to lead a communication portion of the whole drug thing with the experts, with the Ministry of Information too. Because the more he communicating, I think he trying to sway off on the main issue. You're the police, I'm not looking at you're the police inspector general of the country, somebody steal, you say you know the president, but you're not arrest the president, but you say somebody stole. The person that took their money, the person that took your phone, I know the president. You're supposed to be telling her that you know the president without arresting the president. I don't even want to go into it, man. I think it's just meant to divert our attention is meant to that, to just people in the public to say, oh, so some journalists receiving money. This is the police inspector general. Journalists take money, arrest them. Bribery is a crime under our laws, especially when our country is battling and investigating a kind of major thing. Then people go take money. Then you sit down, you crying. Oh, they took money. I beg you, go after the people. Other than that joke, you joking. That thing you were talking, I just joke. If you say you serious, you got evidence, you inspector general of police, the same way other people are being arrested, you can arrest these people and take them to court. And carry them to the police station, investigate them, provide the facts, and do what the law is supposed to do. Now, when the government was burning the drug, I saw a few people saying, oh, they burn the drug, why are they going to take to court? I'm not sure they're supposed to carry 10 plus tons of cocaine to the court to prove to the court that there is cocaine in the country or blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure that's how the law works. I think what they needed to do, what they've done or need to do is to just follow all of the legal, protocols as far as that kind of situation is concerned. All they need to do is to get a court order to just preserve a representative sample of the drug, so they can just take small quantity to the court. They ain't got to take the whole, I don't know how many kilograms of the drug to court to burn it. No, they don't have to do that. At the Monrovia City Corporation, we are getting reports from there that a group of people there are saying again that they do not want the superintendent of the system. I don't know what she's done. One of the spokespersons reached out to me, and they said this week they will organize a press conference and they will engage in public awareness that they do not want her. They want her to go. And I was saying to myself, I don't know why. There's just some institutions, every time they put, most of the people they will put there, other people will come out to say, we want a president. So let's watch and see what's going to happen at the Monrovia Consolidated School System. I don't know what's happening there, but whatsoever the situation is, let's watch and see. So probably, I don't know whether this week we'll see additional charges again, whether this week we'll see additional arrests. As the security people are arresting these different persons in connection with the drug case, let's not acquit them, but let's not also convict them. These people will have their days in court, and if the government cannot produce the evidence without a reasonable doubt, like it was done in the We Are regime, these people will walk free. And I don't know, probably something is fundamentally wrong with all of us in the country. So they passed the George We Are regime, confiscated drug. People got arrested. They were sent to court. And the court of competent jurisdiction believed that the government did not adduce sufficient evidence during the trial to convict these people. So the people were acquitted. But still people make it to look like $100 million drug came in the country and George Weah did not do anything about it. No, the government acted in its scope. The government seized the drug. People were arrested. People were taken to court. Remember, when people go to court, it's a different thing now. Sometimes the slightest error the lawyers will make, or sometimes the slightest error the police will make during their investigation can set these people free. Sometimes people go to court and they are acquitted, not necessarily because they did not commit the crime, but because maybe in the evidence gathering process, or in the investigation process, or because there are certain fundamental legal errors the prosecution lawyers will make, the person will go free. So sometimes people go to court and they walk free, not necessarily that they did not do what the state says they did. But remember, there's a presumption of innocence under our law. And they say beyond a reasonable doubt. It means by the time the judge thinks or the jurors think that there is a reasonable doubt, they can go into that room of deliberation and come out and announce a not guilty verdict based on maybe some kind of error that was made in the case. So let's not make the thing to look like George Weah administration, people brought drug in the country, and then George Weah and they used to be dancing together. The drug were all over the drugs were all over the streets. Nobody arrested anybody. No people were arrested. These are some of the things where we sometimes we just say we're in a cycle. People can be honest when they're having conversation, or in the name of politics. That is the reason why when even good things are happening in the country, when you talk about it, other people get angry. They blend you with the regime. They say, oh, they're giving the man money now. Because in their opinion, even if good things are happening, you're not supposed to talk about it. If you're a journalist, yours is an operation to just criticize the government. If there are good things happening, don't talk about it. The moment you talk about it, you are not a good guy anymore. But I'm not sure that is how it's supposed to be. If there's good thing happening for Liberia, all of us celebrate. Of course, when there are bad things happening, we talk about it and remind the government and duty bearers and the people who are in authority to take action. That does not negate the fact that when good things are happening too, we should not say them. Well, let's talk to Mark Rogers. Mark, good morning.
Morning, Clarence, and thanks for joining me.
Mark, where are you this morning? You like to be in Sinje.
Currently, I'm in Sinje. Yesterday, I was at Krutown. I went to Young Island and also visited Krutown community where is issue about this vessels.
The vessel, we'll talk about that. Sinje,
Yes.
is Sinje a Vi word? What does it mean?
Sinje, yes, it is a Vi word, meaning sit here.
Meaning sit here, S-R-T.
Yes,
Oh.
exactly. Sit here. When this war came about, all these things, at the establishment of the era, people began to accommodate each other. So you sit here, Sinji.
Oh, you sit here.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody in that town that you know that we could reach out to talk to us a little bit about the history of Sinje? Why they said sit here beyond what you just said?
Yeah, there are a lot of people who do their age, they have age already, but they still have a history. They can give detail about his cultural and other traditional things. There are still people around here.
Okay, Mark. Thank you very much, Mark. Yesterday I followed your page back to back. You were very consistent following all on this, the vessel thing. And what update can you give us now?
Yes, yesterday we visited the Krutown community. Before we heard about Young Island, so we went to Young Island. We came across the immigration officer there, and he said the real scene is Krutown. So we took the back and decided to go to Krutown.
Krutown is in Robertsport, right?
No, they have one in Robertsport, they have one in Tiwa District, and the one we're talking about is in Tiwa District, Krutown.
Okay.
We have fishermen settled around that area too. So we visited the area, and we could not see the vessel because this is the rainy season, and the sea also is rough. So while we gather from the community people, the vessel have gone a little bit farther from where it was. So, but there were people who visited the vessel. So we managed to talk to 3 of them, and they said the vessel been on the sea coast for over a month now, and they went there. They were able to interact with people. Those are on the vessel. They spoke with 3 persons. They are from Georgia. So according to them, they told them that they were over there a little bit stranded, trying to get consignment from people from the other people who were coming. So that's why information. But their English, according to them, it was not really good. So they couldn't get detail, and they even gave them bread. They ate, and they took coconut along with them to offer them, but they said that they don't know nothing about coconut. They were when beer and all that thing. That's why they were requesting for. That was their interaction. But one second thing they told us is that when they engaged the vessel, they saw a pipe from from the vessel going down the sea, and around it they could see oil, and they could see few oil. You see, few oil. But these are information people give. We actually don't know whether it is really.
That's a fact. Now, but Mark, what kind of consignment did they say to the people that they were awaiting? And why did everybody become suspicious of the vessel? Is it that normally people don't see vessel around the area there, or what brought the suspicion?
Well, I can vividly recall 2010. There was similar incident in Cape Mount where a vessel was spotted behind a mountain in robber spots. Yeah, so when a thing like that comes about, people, and the one that we saw in robber spot at the time, nobody was in that vessel. So how did the vessel come? Everybody began to wonder about. So when this one happened again, people began to develop that suspicion. But for this, people were on board, and it's a very large vessel where those are encountered that went closer to it. Said it's a large vessel, and again, security now. Everybody trying to.
Did they take the photo? Because I saw a photo on your page. Is that photo the photo of the vessel?
Yeah, that's the photo of the vessel. That's the photo of the vessel. And when they first, according to them, when they first encountered this, they took the photo and gave it to NAFA. That's the National Fishery Aquaculture Authority that is assigned in the area. They gave the photo to them, and this is how the information began to spread. But it had been long, 1 month. That vessel, it was just Saturday that we were unable to come up with that information, and that's how it has spread.
You mean they're saying 1 month ago they shared a photo with NAFA?
Yes, when they visited the scene. Yeah. 1 month ago.
Okay, but I also know that NAFA has the capacity to track these vessels by the time they enter Liberian water. I know that because I went to the Starbase office and they got a whole setup there, very organized, state-of-the-art setup. By the time these vessels enter Liberian waters, NAFA can start tracking it. So probably NAFA, had been in. I'm just saying, based on the system they have. But what are Kematinians saying about the vessel? What is the public speculation?
Well, everyone just, in fact, that entire community, people are there. They are afraid. That's the main thing about it, that they are afraid. And the moment we left yesterday, we got a signal, we got a call that the Armed Forces of Liberia, through the Coast Guard, the Armed Forces of Liberia, the Coast Guard Department was departing from Monrovia to go to the scene. So we begin to know that indeed there are some impact that is being made. And in fact, the immigration also in Cape Town decided celebrating because they have communicated they are communicated with their officers this information, but nothing is seen to be. Every time the leaders are saying that they are coming in the county, they can't get any update. But with that information that are gone, now there's a robust stand from the government standpoint where the armed forces through the Coast Guard, they are going there to see what is happening. So we are looking up to the result of what their intervention is going to be like.
Mark, thank you so much. When you get additional update, just let us know. Our correspondent Mark Rogers there from St. J. Grand Kitman County giving us details about the suspicious vessel that was seen on Liberian waters. He says, well, we have gotten information that the Liberia National, that's the Armed Forces of Liberia, through its Coast Guard is attempting to make some interventions. We too are in touch with our security forces, especially at the time we're talking drug. I think that's one of the reasons why everybody is attracted to this situation. From Grand Kitman County, we are in Franklin Doloquis, named by Franklin. I'd like to say have my deepest sympathy for the death of your little brother recently. Have my sympathy, my friend, and on behalf of all of us here, even though we've reached out already, but have our sympathy, man, Franklin.
Thank you, God. Thank you,
Franklin, where are you?
I'm currently in Ganta, and all the weekend we are going to Gipo.
Okay.
my hometown.
Okay, yes, I know, frankly, mommy, what is it about a guy, about what kind of brown top story coming from Ganta? I heard the man said, I'm brown top, he said he took something, but I'm brown top. What kind of brown top story we have?
I reported a story. The man he said he took in a substance. So he has spent 2 days at the Ganta police station here. He has been in cell. He is currently undergoing police investigation through the Women and Children Division of the Liberia National Police.
What do they call brown top now?
When I spoke with him that night when the incident occurred, he said he took in a substance.
Okay.
But it was people like from the social media they turn it around as a brown
Okay.
tap.
He told you he took in a substance, but he
Yeah,
did
that's
not
what he
say
said.
brown top, and you did not say brown top.
Yeah, I did not say. I said it was. Yeah, the man confirmed that he took in a substance.
Did he have
said
to
he
even
took-
take in substance to do what he did?
He took in a substance.
Okay.
But he also denied that up to present he only have an affair with a woman and the woman went home.
Okay.
For him to be surprised that the woman had been hospital at the Ganta United Medical Hospital where she is undergoing medical treatment, he said
He
he
know
had
about
no
that one.
knowledge of that. Yes. So
Do you
so
know?
it's-
Do you know
it's
brown?
very,
Do you know?
conflicting information that we'll still investigating.
Do you know brown top? Have you seen it before?
I have been so here on the local, the rural entertainment area.
Okay.
Yeah, they sell it here. Where sometimes you see children on each and also then they take it. But
Because I see
during that
massive
hour-
campaign on Facebook, and I see
Yeah.
Julius say he's speaking for the men in Liberia. Vandala Patrick
so-
has written a.
Yeah,
These guys are
when
interesting.
you see most of the motorcyclists, sometimes they say when they take in, some of them I spoke with, they say when they take in this brand time, it's intended for them to have more time to have an affair with a lady.
So the top brand, that thing are on Facebook looking brown at that.
Yes, that's what it says. So that's the belief they have that when they take in this brand time.
But have
they
you
the
seen it
ability-
before? Have you heard it in your hand?
No, I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it at the very entertainment area here in Ganta, but I've not been able to take it in before.
Maybe you need to take it in test though, because now in the investigation process, you need to do a lot of things to say, yeah, myself, to authenticate. You don't think so?
Yeah. So today, like I said,
Today you were taking one, eh?
When I broke the news, I was still following. Even I went to the hospital yesterday, but the medical doctor, they said I should visit them to really.
I'm saying you as the journalist, try to see what I can take in one, so you know how you can treat people. So when you're reporting on it, you will report from a point of fact. You will say, even myself, I took it in, because sometimes when you're investigating.
Yeah, it's true, but manager is not only in Ghana, he also been so in Morovia.
So you saying that to me what?
Sometimes so that you take it into know.
I will tell you on the radio. You saying that kind of thing to me on radio? Frankly?
Well, the reporter, no, I said just to carry on experiment.
Your director is listening to you. I know he will act appropriately to even say that to your boss man on the radio. I said you must take it and report that all how it can what happened, because I got the news coming from and I'm moral.
Yes, sir, I'm gonna do that. Yes, sir.
And then you must call me back and tell me how you can what happened to you. What are you for now? What are you a killer? Yeah, but tell us what else you are reporting about some motorcycles.
So after that, after that substance issue, and some years back again, the issue of the NAMO also came out from Nima County, where the NAMO came out from the full where people went around to even market women that whenever you go around their girlfriend or their wife, you will not be able to really be function as a man. But prior to that, like I said, police have launched an investigation, so we are willing to receive an outcome from the investigation. But police they're waiting for the report from the medical director from the Ganta Medical Hospital, then they will come out with another release.
Okay. Franklin, what do you know about 100 or 150 motorcycles in Nimba that were given to chiefs?
So it was over the weekend when the vice president was to visit Gibutan, where Larry Youngwell from myself, I hear from Gibutan District number 8. But the vice president was unable to go there. So there was 50 motorbikes. First in a town called Sale, the vice president, along with a businessman called Ferry Degba. There have been a lot of complaints from the chief and elder, during former President George Weah, he distributed a vehicle for the people across the country for chief. But those vehicles, some of them are now in a deplorable condition. But this time around, our chief from Nima County, they have been complaining for them to move from, they are not able to have access to movement. So it was predicated on that, the vice president along with a businessman called Ferry Degba, they rallied around and they purchased 100 motorbike first. So the first event, or the first distribution, it took place in Sale. So it was in Kipo over the weekend, after the first distribution of the 1,000 motorbikes, some of the chief and elder.
No, you mean 100, not 1,000.
Yeah, sorry, 100 motorbikes were donated to the chief and elder in Sale. But the chief and elder, they also requested that, some of them, they were unable to receive this motorbike. According to the Lands and Mine Minister, Richard Matangetima, who presented those 50 motorbikes to the superintendent and the superintendent of Nimba, Madam Mepe Golo. She also presented to the senior government official, or leader or their Senator Nyatoye, before they can turn it over to Mervyn Bedia, who's the head for the chief now for the county. So what happened here was that there was in response from a request from Sale that the chief and elder they have come.
So the 150 motorcycles. They are not motorcycles that were bought by Minister Matilake Tingba on his own and he gave it to them?
Yeah, Minister Tingba make it clear in Gipo. Minister Tingba said he has come to represent the vice president office. The vice president donated the first 100 motorbikes. So in Gipo, it was 50 motorbikes. The first 100 motorbikes were presented to the chief in Sale. But in Gipo, over the weekend, after the chief requested that some of those chiefs did not receive those 100 motorbikes, so it was a request from Mervyn Bida and the chief from the 19th administrative district in Nimba. They requested that they needed additional motorbike, which is 50 motorbikes. So it was predicated on that. It was predicated on that. The vice president Jeremiah Kun and Ferry Degba, who is a businessman, they rally around and they provide additional.
Is the Ferry Degba the guy who got all the gas stations and is even attempting to open a community bank in Ganta? Is it the guy?
Yeah, Ferry. Yeah, okay. Ferry is he the one have one of the modern building in Ganta. Okay. So he also Ferry have a commercial bank here. So it was based on that. The Ferry and the vice president they rallied around and they provided additional 50 motorbikes. So those motorbikes, Minister Matangetima has took those motorbikes to Kipo, where the vice president earlier on provided 75 pieces of solar light.
Okay,
including a pledge to renovate the market hall and the town hall in Kipo. So it was from that program the minister Matangetua made this presentation on behalf of Ferry Degba and the vice president turn it over to the superintendent before the chief and elder can receive it. So in Kipo, it was a 50 motorbikes, not 150.
Okay, thank you, Franklin Dolokwi. There is our Nima County correspondent. We're talking about this brown tab issue. And of course, I was asking, because I see a lot on Facebook about Mines and Energy Minister Richard Matunake Tingba purchasing and distributing 150 motorcycles to chiefs in Nimba. And some of the posts suggested that the minister, got it on his own. I have Minister Matinake think, but I decided to reach out because I also want to ask him some specific questions, even though Franklin has reported. Minister Tingba, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence.
Where are you?
Good morning, the radio station.
You're in Glazopia?
I'm in Monrovia. Today is work day now.
Because you're glazing it to your chest.
Yeah. At the same time, the government business to my chest.
Minister, what happened in Nimba? Why did you give 150 motorcycles to the people there? Where did you get the money from?
Clarence, I thought you got a video. Why you don't play the video for the people now?
I just spoke to Franklin just now, and I just wanted to get additional information from you.
Okay, thank you, Clarence. And I hope you will play that video on OKFM and listen to it. It is not a secret. Where do I have that kind of capacity to buy 150 pieces of motorbike? The thing is, when good things are happening, I don't know what people want in this country. When good things are happening, they always want to take it from the other end. The message is clear. I have a relationship with the chief and elder, and besides that, I have a relationship with the vice president. I know this thing is coming from the angle where people get together, they say they want to fight the vice president that coming from their own country. There are all these things coming from. We went to Sally some months back. And but before then, we are gathered in place up here. The chief and myself, we are gathered in place up here. That we need to work together to stabilize the country. To showcase that we are peaceful people. We are very supportive for government. We work with government. We decided that every year we should have that meeting 2 times. So while in place up here, when we had that, when we spend the Christmas together, the chief asked that I should convey to the vice president that they need mobility, the chief and elders, including Mr. Bilia, who is the traditional chief, I think general coordinator there. We spoke. We had a nice time together. And I came. Vice President being the vice president of this report, I conveyed the chief message to him. And we begin to work with it to know how we can intervene in the chief's life. And the vice president, when he got that done, we went to representing in Sally. There were the first 100 pieces of motorbike were presented in the name of the vice president. It's not secret. And then after that presentation to the chief and elder, also reaffirming that commitment that they go through the length and breadth of the country to make sure the country is stable. That children should not be fighting each other, which all of us are supposed to be doing, not to be fighting each other. Then they later call, they say, even the other, some other society, but they bomb people, the other people around, they need to be accommodated. They need additional 50. They told me. I can't convey the message to the vice president. The vice president worked again. When I was in the United States, at the time the motorbike were already been arranged with one of our business brother, who is also a unity party. He been the chairman of the party. He been very instrumental. Even the first, 100 picture, he donated it on behalf of the vice president.
What is his name?
Ferry Degba.
Okay.
And it was not a secret. Then they know the relationship between Ferry and the vice president. They also know that Ferry is a former chairman of Unity Party in Nimba. Very, very supportive. It was clear there. And we went to Sally. The people motorbike were presented. Is that what making them vex?
When you were presenting the motorbike, did you say it that way, or did you do the presentation, in a manner that suggested that you bought the bar for them?
Jackson, I hope you got the video I sent you. That video says that directly. I will want you to play that particular video because that was a presentation.
No, I spoke to Franklin already. I was just looking for consistency in the, I trust Franklin report all of the time. And I think Franklin explained exactly, as a journalist, exactly what you're explaining is what Franklin just reported.
Yeah, explaining can have addition, it can have subtraction. What about my direct voice from the program?
Okay, I will tell the news. I would see it, but you were explaining exactly what you said. You said in the video, so I will give it to the news people.
Yeah, I presented the motorbike to the superintendent in the name of the vice president. It's clear there in that video.
All right, Mr. Minister. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Mines and Energy Minister Richard Mantunake Tingba, I decided to just reach out to him. Like Franklin said in a report, he said the motorbike was given through the initiative of one Fori Dekba. That guy is a very influential business guy in Nimba. I didn't even know you were a Unity Party man before, but so you heard it. Okay, we'll open the lines very shortly and take some calls as we wait our first guest. This is the OK Morning Rod. Nyanti, good morning.
Morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning, Liberians.
Full disclosure that your boss man Chokon Webusi, I'm gonna call you. What did you post about brand tap?
The brand, I thought to make a post of it because this was trending from the.
No, they say you say you try it. You tested the experience. Is that?
Yeah, so yes, I thought to get just a brief taste of it yesterday.
Yeah, as a journalist, so you can. So how you can treat people? You can make you drunk or what?
No, it can make you drunk. It doesn't have alcohol content, but I mean, it makes you more active. Were you to go for 5 minutes, you have to go for almost close to 2 hours.
Oh, so the man will quote you. Julius will soon join you on Facebook. The man will say you spoke from experience, or everybody listen. Oh, so you took it, brand tap.
Yeah, so when you buy it, they have the measurement on it. They have the measurement because you will not consume almost everything. If you take the whole bottle, it means that. I mean, that's the whole day you are going for. So, yeah. So you have to take it in a bit. So they have the measurement level there.
So what did you? So what did you take? 1 sip or 2?
So I took 2. I took 2 yesterday. So I just wanted to.
Whether you were depending way, you took 2 sips. Nyanti, I swear to God, the funniest thing I've all heard since the year that why you saying so.
Yeah. So I thought to do it because somebody have been bluffing me all along.
My man, Baba, yeah, Baba. Look, let me take a break, yeah. I take a break. I'm choking, brother. All of the anybody. Look, I take a break, yeah.
They say they were liberator, but when they kill their crime, they change their mind. When they kill their crime, they change their mind. What kind of people they so?
Okay, I'll open the lounge very shortly, yeah? Let me do the Liberian people show, man. Nyanti never seem to have made. Okay, so we'll open the lounge very shortly. Let's take a jingle of the Freedom Fighter song. We'll be right back.
Freedom fighter, you destroy our country. They are freedom fighters.
Okay, so let me open the last line on 0777700999 and 0555995995 and 0555026995. The 026995 number is exclusively a WhatsApp number for our brothers and sisters outside of the country. Today is Monday, 3rd August, 2026. Our first guest will soon be in here. Okay, I have some calls now, and so I'll go straight and take our calls. 8:15, we'll take our first guest. It's okay. Good morning.
It's okay. It's okay. Good morning. Good morning, brother.
Good morning, man.
Yeah, my here.
Okay.
You know, today's banter thing is
Oh, you breaking in? Oh, you breaking in?
Oh, breaking. You hear me now?
Yeah,
Better?
yeah, you're better now.
Okay. It could be have a doctor.
I will try to bring one medical doctor this week, so we'll talk about that thing.
Tell men not to be doing this kind of thing. It's not a good thing right now, bro. People should learn and stop all these kind of things. See what happening up there? It's for them and side effects or these kind of thing.
Yeah, I will try to get Dr. Giddings here. Dr. Giddings is a very young medical doctor. I know we were at Chattanooga University. I saw a reader on Facebook attributed to him. I will bring him on because let him come to let explain. I mean, the jokes are, you know, we can put it aside and try to get a medical doctor. Let's talk about brown tap. What is it? Good morning from New York.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. What's your name? Well, you call from New York. I'm correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm a little bit concerned. The first person that visited Cape Mount, Cape Mount County. So I want to know, he went and asked a question at B Mountain. He said, he asked him a question, where you collect the gold? He said, do you have people there to be able to check the gold? And the people said, no, only saw us there. So I want to know whether they have put somebody there now.
Okay.
That's one of my concerns. My second concern is, I would like to meet with you because I have a very training issue that happened to me in Liberia when I came there. I want to discuss it with you on your radio.
I will call you. I got the number right on the screen here. I'll call you, yeah? Okay. Thank you, my brother. I'll call you. Let me talk to Dr. Kotima. I know he want to comment on the brand tap issue. I mean, joke aside, you know, we can talk about it. Dr. Kotima, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence, and good morning to the listening public.
Good morning, Da.
This is Dr. Kotima. I'm a consultant urologist. So, urology with everything, men's erection, dealing with issues of men's health, prostate cancer is what I'm specialized in.
Okay.
That's what we do. That's the care we provide.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, there are many things that can affect erectile function. So, erectile dysfunction because of many things. So, the best thing is to find out why someone has an erectile dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
That is, the person is unable to erect or unable to fully erect. You may be able to erect or fully erect. So, you may be able to attain erection, but not able to sustain erection. So, those are different things, okay?
Yeah.
Then, if you take an enhancer, first of all, most of the enhancer, they are made homeopathic Ayurvedic medicine. And then the quantification has little scientific backing. So you may not have the research that has been done to inform the dosage. It cannot suffice in clinical setting, in strong clinical setting. So it's a dangerous venture. And venture, when you follow that route, there's a high possibility that you may develop called priapism. What is priapism? It's erection for more than 4 hours. And I have seen a few young men now, about 2 young men, who now will never erect because they took an enhancer And then the penis got erected and did not come to see me until after 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, the penis, the first 24 hours, you must see a urologist. If you have an erection, after 4 hours, and you cannot come down, you need to see a urologist immediately.
No, can we see this thing we're talking about to do some? I'm saying we, as you people, the medical people, to do some research on it and not just allowing we the lay people to just talk about it, because for me there are two things involved in the drug process. A drug might not be a dangerous substance depending on its usage, and it might be a dangerous substance depending on its usage. That in a hospital, there are drugs you would take, that are meant for certain things. But when you do it regularly, then it becomes a substance maybe dangerous to your health. Can we see what I can see this thing and do a research on it to see what it should be on the market, but people shouldn't use it for the purpose they're using it for, or it should not be on the market at all? So you advise the government.
Thank you so much, Clarence. So there are options available on the market.
Okay.
We have medication for erection. That's what we advise. Men who have erectile dysfunction, come and see a urologist. Okay. Number two, Liberia Medicine and Regulatory Authority has a laboratory standard division there that is able to assess all medication. This is a call. This is a clear call from your station that they can engage that particular product and see what is in that product, and then inform the public. Okay.
Yeah.
So that will be helpful. But for men, if you want to save your penis and want your penis to be okay, please do not take things that are not recommended by urologists.
Thank you, Dr. Kotuma.
That a Kasa is here, that a Kotuma is here. We are here in town. We are the urologists on the wall there. Get to us, and we can give you the support you need. Thank you so much for this platform.
Thank you, and that is my recommendation. And the Liberia Medical Council, you see it, you get it, and you see it, because sometimes, like I said, in the hospital, like the Dasipan, like the drug war, the DA can arrest most of the time. How they call it? One other drug, now cocaine, tramadol. In the hospital, that's a medical stuff, but it depending on the usage. So the medical council should be able to tell us that, look, this thing is dangerous. It should not be anywhere in Liberia at all, or it is not as dangerous as people say it is, but it is not supposed to be used to that level as an enhancer for. And then so your advice of that is the rule. Because the first thing when I started hearing people talking about it, the first thing I started asking myself, if it is as dangerous as people think it is, why they brought it in the country for in the first place, But let's take one call, then we'll get our guests. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Thank you. My name is Prince Myers. I joined from the movement to protect and defend the legacy of Honorable Sekou Hassan Douglas, Managing Director of National Port Authority this morning, National Health Office. Clarence, let me appreciate you for your talking points this morning. I think people who are responsible for vessel when enter Liberia should be questioned. Because I listened to a reporter from Kema. Say one more the vessel being water. No, that only 2 or 3 days Liberia got to know. And lastly, Clarence, any attempt to remove Branta from the market, it would be a mass protest.
You can take Branta too?
Clarence, you asking Frankie to test it. Well, okay, everyone will put be testing it. That be putting money on our mobile money. So we'll be buying our level there. Because my man said, the guy you call, the reporter you call.
I mean, Baba, man, we help Branta do it. Okay, man, sometimes we have to intersperse the show. It makes it better. However, if I play makes Jagged doorball. Sometimes you can just be bam, bam, bam. Create laughter. It helps. It's very helpful. Okay. Our first guest is here, Musa Kenan. I pronounce it rightly now, right? Musa Kenan is a lawyer. He's an attorney at law. He's also a ranking member of he's a ranking member of Dole's how do you call it, political party, APCO, All Liberian Coalition Party. He's a journalist. But let's take a very short break, and then we'll talk to Musa Very, very shortly, we'll begin our conversation right here on the show.
What kind of people this so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo, 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 ayo.
Okay, our guest is already here. We can begin the discussion. Like I said, Musa Kene is a ranking member of the All Liberian Coalition Party. He's a lawyer, he's a journalist. Man, he contested 2023. Maybe he will do it 2029. He's more into the courtroom and politics now. Musa, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence, and good morning, everybody. I'm grateful to be on your radio again to
Yeah.
discuss issues of national concern.
The last time you were here, a lot of people beat me. They said, but why you didn't announce that Musa is also a politician? You only announced that he called the legislature. I'm like, okay, I will announce it. But how is life? How is the courtroom?
Life is okay. It's a different thing navigating from the profession that we find ourselves in as journalists and then going to new profession. Yeah, we are learning gradually. We are there because law is a profession. And the more you practice, the more experience you get, the more you weigh older experienced lawyers, the more experience you also gain from them. The more you go to court, the more their adjudications, their decisions, the more you also learn from them. So yes, we are gradually moving, we are learning. Life is a stage.
Yeah.
There are people who are veterans today, they were once beginners. Those who are beginners today will once be experienced and veteran for others to follow. So all you have to do is to learn better, follow those who are experienced, follow those who know better, and then things will be okay for you. So yes, we are learning gradually, we are moving. Hopefully things will get much better as we move through the ladder.
How is Akko, by the way? I think we should talk some more Akko this morning. How is Akko?
Akko is doing well. Our party is there. We are upbeat. We are prepared. Although we are member of the government, Yes, Akko is there. But everything is okay with Akko. As a political party, we may have disagreement, that which we have. We may have issues. I think recently I posted on Facebook that the leadership.
Now your posts are coming to now. I just wanted you to set the basis. Why are behind my man Ansu Dolly? We all degree of sanctity. Why are behind the man?
So
the whole day you say, the leadership. You want money, man. You can't wear the man turn you finish.
The next year should be convention of the All Liberia Coalition Party, but we might not wait for convention to politically remove those who we think are not working in the interest.
Politically remove.
Yeah.
It means you're coming back on a struggle.
Those who we believe are not working in the interest of the party, those who believe are contributing to the dormancy of the party, those who believe are contributing to the party not getting the kind of audience, the kind of visibility that we need. So I think Ansu is the chairman. He must take responsibility. He must lead or leave the party.
So you want to take him off?
What we want him to do first is to lead the party.
But he's leading.
So no, leadership is not just to sit in your office and there is no movement, there is no executive committee meeting, there is no action taken as to improve the party. Other parties are moving around, that our people are silent and doing nothing. That is dangerous in any political party. To just sit and
is that what you think or what a lot of the members think?
It's not what I think. I'm speaking for majority members of the party who believe that the leadership is not doing well. They are being very less in what they do. I want to be careful with my choice of words this morning because we are trying to lead a process, a process that will emancipate the people of a party.
Musa, you want to be party chair?
No, for me, I've always said it is not about leadership. It's about doing what is right and just for the institution. So again, we are asking the chairman of the party, lead or leave. We are giving you up to 2 weeks. We are giving him an ultimatum of 2 weeks. Do what is right. Speak for the party. Act for the party. put in programs and policy that will start to move around. We want to see action. If you cannot see action, we will remove you. You will be replaced, and we'll communicate.
You know, you started thing already. You're getting
We
2 weeks.
will communicate. We will communicate with the National
They
Election
may
Commission.
enjoy the confidence of the political leader.
We will communicate with the National Election Commission, introducing the new group of officers soon, and they will lead the party to further
And so
prosperity.
enjoys the confidence of the old man.
Okay, we have an institution. The institution is run by the Constitution. The Constitution states exactly what happens and what doesn't happen. That is why we've said everything we want to do will be in confines of the laws and Constitution of our party.
You don't get
And
sleepless night.
So it is not about sleepless night. You know, in Liberia,
Why I want a man to do
in
it?
Liberia, we are good at just protecting individual and not protecting the institution.
Okay.
We should be institutional people. The growth of the institution help individuals within the institution to grow. But you can have an institution that few people feel they can grow, and the institution die as a result of that. That is dangerous, that is preposterous, and that is against any institution. So this is not about Ansu Dole. This is not about anybody. This is about protecting the sanctity of the institution that we hold dearly. So that's what we want to do, and that's what we own. And it is our hope.
What does the Constitution say about removal in this manner?
The Constitution is very clear. There are two ways we can do it. We can do it through the Executive Committee. That's why we are having conversation with members of the Executive Committee through a resolution. We can also do it the second way by getting members of the party who will sign a resolution and removing whosoever they want to remove, and then bringing new group of officers. We have assessed the both options. We've assessed the both options. We've spoken to people from both sides, and our people are upbeat, are prepared to do it.
Do a lot of members from the executive committee think that Ansu should go?
They are even annoyed. They believe the party should be more than where it is today. They are annoyed. But the problem with institution, it will take one person who, with the balls, with the ability, with the mindset that want to come out
Ansu
to
will
speak
fight
out.
back. Nobody sits as a party chair and then out of a blue sky people sign resolution
you
to
think
remove
those
you,
who fighting,
and you fold your hand?
You think those who fighting will not also be ready? Let me tell you, if you go into a battle, you believe that the opposing party will also be prepared for you. That is why you will attack, and there will be counter-attack, and there will be further counter-attack. That is why we don't want to. We don't want this to degenerate into further chaos. The best thing he can do for himself to come for a meeting, have a mutual agreement where he can peacefully resign his position and allow somebody to take over, or he decide to lead and lead rightly before we get into what we are planning to do. Because it's not going to be in his interest, and it's not going to be anybody's interest that will be fighting on the media.
So that's why you're on now. You know that I exposed you because a secret thing you wanted to do.
No, this is I've said it. You saw it on Facebook. I've said it, and he has been in the chat room. He's there. Everybody, we all in the chat room. We've been very clear. You know, there's not something that you're gonna have to do. There's not something about secret. It's about coming out and speak to power what is right or wrong. I've always been known for that. I don't sit and allow things to degenerate into chaos. I don't sit and allow things to spoil before speaking about it. We always speak about things, and that's why, although we are not yet to discuss about ACOB, I will come special for us to have discussion on ACOB.
I wanted to pioneer your small, but let's go. You are so much interested in reform issues at the legislature. The last time you came, you said the legislature was proceeding dangerously. They were attempting, to silence people. They were attempting to undermine the sacredness of the legislature and those things. Let's talk about, do you still think that way? And what is it about reforms at the legislature you want to see? You've been posting a lot.
So again, I still believe that the legislature, but I'm going to make specific reference to the House of Representatives, is doing absolutely nothing to reform the institution, and they are not prepared for any reform. I want to use the recent CSA process at the House of Representatives as a case study.
Okay.
We are all aware when the CSA director, Dr. Jokai, is he a doctor?
Dr. Josiah Jokai? Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Josiah Jokai team went to the legislature. They did same the judiciary and the three branches of government to see how the legislature can align themselves with the policy of the CSA. You know, there are two kinds of staffers in the legislature. You have personal staffers, those who are political staffers who came with the lawmakers, and there are people from central administration who are civil servants. So at the end of the day, the CSA did their employment audit, and they realized the following: that the legislature was lacking behind in every aspect of reform in government. They were lacking behind. Nothing was happening. So CSA audited. There was over 600 staffers in the legislature. 85% of them were accounted for. The remainings were not accounted for.
At the legislature?
At the legislature. No, this maybe especially the House of Representatives.
Okay.
At this point, nobody knows exactly what's happening to the remaining 15%. What's happening to the resources that have been transferred to them? Zero. That was one aspect. They also observed there were people who are not qualified seated into key positions in the legislature. Every time we say the legislature is not doing well, it also boils down to those they have to work with them. You need the quality of people in the legislature to work, because sometimes the lawmakers will be busy with other things. You have to have quality people who are very versed, for example, in budgeting at the budget office. You need real accountant in the other offices. You need people from every background. You need some lawyers to help review your laws. So again, you have people who, some are high school graduate, high school dropout, having director and deputy director position. They were asked to do reform. Up to present, nothing has happened. Another issue that came out as a result of that was there were people who were retired. Since their retirement, to my recollection, the legislature, the House of Representatives, has done nothing yet to pay
their benefit.
The guys are seated and doing nothing despite budgetary allotment. But what is most shocking is that those who were deputies, right, were upgraded, promoted to directors. For more than a year, the guys have been serving as director without taking the pay of the director.
Those who were deputies and promoted to directors. They are now working as directors, but they are not taking directors' pay. They're still taking deputies' pay.
Deputies' pay. So I want to name them, you see, so you know what I'm talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to name them. Okay, the directors who were retired. For example, you have Charles Sopon.
You want to put hand on the
yeah, okay, yeah, Charles Sopon. Sopon is from the library department.
Okay.
He got retired. We have Jim Dishy from the political department who got retired. S.A. Cooper from the budget department got retired. Topoli Nador, senior from research department, got retired. Alexander Wiak from communication got retired. Mose Bimba, security, got retired. Amelia Cooper Jar from the archive got retired. And they were replaced. Those who replaced them up to present are now receiving their money. And you know what? I have here the budget for the last 3 years.
Those who replaced those people are not getting those people were directors proper.
They were directors proper. So
they were replaced by their deputies.
They are deputies. For more than a year, the deputies have not been able to take the director pay. And the point here is, for the last 3 years...
Why?
For the last 3 years, we do not know. For the last 3 years, the budget of the salary component of the budget of the House of Representatives have been consistent for over 3 million. It's still consistent. So for the last...
Meaning the director's pay are still coming?
Still coming for the last 1 year, but up to now, they are not taking the money, and nobody knows exactly what is happening. So we have a legislature, a House of Representatives that cares exactly only about the lawmakers and not those who
Who's
work
at the House responsible for this? That rules, order, and administration?
Okay,
because we have to reach out.
Rules, order, and administration is responsible for administrative aspect. You know, then working along with the central administrator by the secretary of the chief clerk. However, they do administration. You also have the budget department.
Okay.
They also have their place to play, waste, means, and finance, and others. So we are asking, what happened to that amount for more than a year? Who's taking it? So again, I want to leave that. I also want to come to another issue. CSA asks that those guys who should be directors, their pay should align with the CSA grade. Up to present, it still has not aligned with all of that. The directors at the House of Representatives are among the least paid people within our governance sector.
You think so?
I think so. And that is contributing to the low output at the legislature. To have quality people, you have to pay them good money. If you don't want to pay quality people, those who are educated, those who are versed in the subject matters that we are dealing with, you will just get any political person to do the work, and that is why the output at the legislature is terrible. And that is dangerous for our governance system, because legislature is a key component of the kind of structure that we have, a Republican form of government, where you have the legislature, although people say it's the first branch of government, but according to our constitution, there are equal branches of government with separate function. The House of Representatives, the law the executive depend on to run the country comes from the legislature. So if the output of the legislature is poor, it will have an average effect on all the other branches of government. So sometimes it is not to focus on the lawmakers. It is time for us to focus on building the capacity of those who work in the legislature, those who work in central administration.
Maybe that is a reason why Foley family introduced a law to establish a legislative training institute. And the other time you were here, we were talking about it.
Yeah, it's good to have training institute. Their training should also commensurate with their take-home pay. You cannot have directors at CSC, at finance, at other branches of government being paid, for example, $2,019 for $2,019 for directors. Then you have directors at the House of Representatives getting $1,014 or $1,029.
Who should be championing this?
You
the
know,
leadership of the House?
They have the budget. They formulate the budget. They pass the budget. They got all the good things in there for themselves, but zero for the staffers. You know, all the time I serve in the legislature as a reporter, you sometimes feel sorry for those working there. You have, for example, you have all the 3 million. Less than a quarter come to the majority staffers.
Because I know when Fonanti Kofa was speaker and Marvin Cole was chairman of Rules Other Administration, these are things that their other colleagues were blaming Marvin Cole. Oh, the man won't champion the cause for people's salary to increase. That's why I'm asking, whose responsibility is it to take a decision to write finance, to engage civil service or finance, to say, these people are directors, they must make seem like directors to other places?
They should do, as CSA recommended that to them in the report. CSA recommended to them.
Mr. Ansu Dole will take you when Ansu Dole already called you. Go ahead, Musa. I will take Ansu later. Yeah, go ahead.
CSA has already recommended to them. It is your duty now to follow up, because nobody should do it. It's the legislature that plays money in the budget.
Fundings, it is recommendation. It is the very CSA that says this is what
you should align with the other institutions that we have, because this is one government. You know, the essence of harmonization at the time was to align the salaries.
Why are you so keen about the legislature, especially the House of Representatives?
Because I believe to have a better Liberia is to have a better legislature. You go out there, everybody believes that the legislature is the problem for Liberia. That's the belief out there.
Not just out there, some of them believe so. Some of the very members.
So now we should now focus on how to reform that institution if we are to have a better Liberia. So we cannot claim that this is, the first solution for any problem is to identify the problem. Because we've identified the problem, it is now time to find solution for that problem. But we cannot say we know the problem and we cannot find solution. It means we as a people are not prepared to fix our nation and to settle the problems within our nation. And that is dangerous again for our country.
A lot of people say these people resist reforms.
That is why I want to speak to the consciousness of the people of Liberia today. We need to put our country first. Law for political parties, law for individuals should not be above our law for country. Our love for country starts with speaking truth to those who lead us. Today you open the line because somebody feels say I'm from this party, even if you are speaking the truth, nobody will listen. And I see people will come tomorrow when they are not in power and speak the same truth against what they were defending yesterday. Most of the things we are saying yesterday, those who are saying it today, were defending it yesterday. This is the kind of hypocrisy we have in our country. That's why I say to people, I'm not a politician. I'm a technician who believe we need technical people in government to settle some technical issues. Politicians think and act politically, and technical people and professional people act and think professionally and technically.
Except that in our setting, politics has already always taken precedence over what we do here. So the politicians are the people deciding, they're taking the decisions, and so at some point they make it look that the technicians don't matter.
And that is why they are refusing now to pay the technicians in the legislature. You know why? The fear is if we pay these guys, these are technical people, these are professional people, very well educated. If we pay them well, they will have more money because they now know politics. They now know money is in politics. They will come back and contest against us. So it's just selfishness. It's just selfishness. And I want to speak to the consciousness of the guys in the legislature, the young ones. You have a future. Your future does not start and end with the House of Representatives. You may not be representative after 2029. You will still be Liberian. You will still want those issues to be corrected and fixed. There were people in the legislature 3 years ago. They are no longer there. The things they refuse to fix, they are facing a lot of them now.
I've always said that.
Suffering and hardship does not see individual, does not see political party, does not see tribe or religion. It sees individuals. It sees us as one people. So if the country is going down a drain, we will all suffer it. If our country is growing, if our country is prosperous, we will all prosper. I was saying to somebody about corruption. I said, have you seen anybody who has been corrupt and getting money, and that money move to the second or third generation of their family? Because they get the money through corruption, before they die or their time ends, you see the money has ended. Their children, their grandchildren, people start to suffer. And if you get that money and place it in a system, and the system works, it's going to work for you, your children, your grandchildren, and everybody who will follow you. Our problem is getting the system work. That is why I say to people, I don't want to be the rich man. Once I can feed my family and we have a better Liberia that is prosperous and peaceful, I'm happy.
Okay, Musa Kenneth, a lawyer, a politician, and a journalist, so concerned about reform efforts at the House of Representatives. He's giving names of people who were retired, they were replaced, but the people who replaced them are not even taking the money they're supposed to take, in spite of a recommendation from the Civil Service Agency of Liberia. We'll take to the lines very soon, but we still have Musa here to talk a little bit, a few more things, then we can take to the lines. You have friends in the legislature, Musa. Have you had private conversation on some of these issues?
I've had private conversation with some of them, and the people always say because the system is built that way, some will say we are not able to change the system because I always say to them, every reform start with just one person. I just want to, let me give you, because we are religious people here. I want to tell you, how many person started the religion you in? It started with just one person going to preach it, right? Who receive resistance from others. I'm a Muslim. It started with just one person who got resisted, but because he persevered. Now we have billions of people in yours, we have billions of people in ours. It took people, it took Mahatma Gandhi to stand up for people. It took Nelson Mandela in order to stand up. Every struggle should start with individual having a mindset to stand up. You know what? People believe that advocacies in Liberia are not sincere. Everybody who come to advocacy, they want to do it to put something in their pocket and leave because of that, Liberians do not trust most of the advocates. People who come to say, we want to change Liberia, we want to change things, people do not trust them because of what they've seen before. And I want to say to this generation, you've always blamed your parents and your grandparents for the situation of Liberia. Don't allow our children to blame us the same way. Clarence children should not ask him tomorrow, or your grandchildren, Grandpa, what did you do? Why are we this way? What will be your answer?
You think we're ready to fix that?
It should start small with you, Clarence. It should start small with me. It should start small with everybody listening out there. Start home. Start in your community. You know, one thing I say about people say this person is corrupt, this person is dead. But sometimes we know that these people will be corrupt. In your community, you have 3 persons running. One person have history of corruption growing up in a community. Because the man with more money will vote for him, knowing very well that he has this character. Against Clarence, who has a very good character, who is well structured, who know exactly what he wants, but nobody going to vote for you. We will go for the person who has the money. And one thing I've realized, politics is a business. People invest and they want returns on their investment. I always ask people, if somebody can give you $1 million to vote, where is he getting the money from? Who's giving the money?
Sometimes people don't care.
So sometimes, if the guy wins, he wants that money back. He has to, either he got loan or somebody sponsor him, he wants them back. So we are commercializing our politics. It is not helping our nation. If we think Clarence is good, we can rally around Clarence, support Clarence, and get in there. If Clarence failed to do exactly what we're asking for, we kick him out and get another person there until we get the right thing done. But again, this is Liberia. We are passionate about this nation. We want to see our nation moving forward. We want to leave a legacy for the next generation. And that legacy should start with us speaking about it, acting about it, and working towards it. Everywhere I go, I let to stand for reform. I let to stand for changes, not just the normal way of doing things. You know, people always say in Liberia that if you see one thing happening over and over, it is not changing, try different method, different form. We're just doing one thing over and over, and the country is still the same way. Why can't we change our mindset?
Okay. Thank you. We'll hold you there, Musa, and let's see what all can take calls. This morning we're talking reform in the legislature, especially at the House of Representatives. Musa is so passionate about that. It says, like Alexander Cummings would say, we keep doing one thing over and over, we expect different results. He said, but look at the way we can even vote. And that's the honest fact. You know, I know a very good candidate in Bong who had gone to campaign. It was in 2011. And after all the while he explains, some of the people say, so yeah, but what you bro? You know, and then he didn't get vote. You know, they did not vote him, and he was so angry. But let me take Ansu Dole, since he was mentioned, and since the party was mentioned, and the 2 weeks ultimatum and plan to remove him. Ansu, how are you?
Well, I'm okay. I'm very impressed.
You're not sounding like you're okay. Oh.
No, I'm okay. Just that I'm rushing to work.
With all degree of sanctity, you sure you okay?
Of course. Well, I can speak to you with accuracy. Okay.
I like this guy. With accuracy and every degree of sanctity. Musa,
Precisely.
One of your partners in Musa Kene is here. The man has unveiled a big plan that you either lead or you leave with a 2 weeks ultimatum. You know that the man gathering signature across the country. Is it strange to you?
You know, Clarence, in every political organization or political party, for example, you always see overzealous youth and partisan moving forward with their own ideas and decisions. And Musa being one of that. And I respect him a lot. Is our partisan, and this is a democratic nature of our party.
Okay.
So
he didn't man young. The exuberance. He just overzealous. He just talking.
Yeah, the overzealousness of his anxiety for the party to move forward is there. I see it clearly. You know, under the law, notice is cardinal, and Musa notified me that there were some issues.
And the good thing is that 2 of you are lawyers.
And I spoke to him that after the season, he should meet me and we talk. You know, Our party is not an ordinary political institution. Our party is purely political party and traditional political party.
But Jolly, when was the last? No, you're not coming. I won't call you yet. When was the last time did you call for executive committee meeting? Musa said no meeting, nothing.
But unfortunately, you can you except you are an executive committee member before you know when we meet. Unfortunately, Musa is not an executive committee member.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know when we meet. He doesn't know the methodology of which we meet. Either we meet on the on Zoom, or he doesn't know that. So and probably those are some of the things we got to put him down.
But I'm asking you, when was the last time?
Just last week we met. Just last week we met to discuss. But we're not bring that on the public.
No, you didn't have to bring that. I'm just asking.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that in our party we respect the opinions of everybody. The good thing is that Musa is saying that we should lead or leave, and we are leading. Okay. And so he will follow us to lead. And we're going to talk to everybody. Probably there are some other movement that we are not doing, and they have a concern because I don't know other group behind. Okay. Probably there's other group behind. Other things. That's our issue. We're going to handle it very maturely.
Thank you.
And move forward.
Thank you, Ansel.
Our party is a very good political party. We don't want any chaos.
Thank you. Just call off your phone. I see another ranking member of ACO. I think he's a guy responsible for public affairs. He's on the line. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Clarence Jackson. I'd like to say good morning to Musa and Kenna and the listening population.
What's your full name and position in the party?
I'm S. Mohammed Mansal, the National Vice Chair for Press and Public Affairs, All Liberal Coalition Party.
You are deputy minister in the government, am I correct?
Exactly.
At the Ministry of Postal Affairs?
Right. You are right.
When was the last? Are you the young guy who I met during the campaign time at Omen Lucidi office, right?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. I still remember your face. When was the last time did you sit in one executive committee meeting?
The chairman just answered a question of yours.
I'm asking you.
The chairman just told you, Clarence.
I'm asking you. When was the last time? I call my word very carefully. I said, when was the last time did you sit in an
executive? Have you forgotten the answer the chairman provided not too long ago?
No, I'm saying you. I'm saying you. When last did you sit in one executive committee meeting of ACO?
All right, that was some time ago, Clarence.
Some time ago, like when?
Like July. That's end of July.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead now with your point.
Yeah. So thank you, Clarence, and I like what you do for the country, Liberia. I listened to my friend and brother Musa, former representative candidate on the party's ticket. He said the party is going down the drain and the party is not visible. And I like to say Musa is a very good friend and brother of mine. I used to call him my candidate on the party's ticket, 2023. But I think Musa is one of the persons who is seriously causing the invisibility of the party. As a matter of fact, the party through the good office of the Senior Bureau of Political Leader, Honorable Alaji Lieutenant Kamara, Senior, procured 2 papers for the visibility of the party. Musa Mbikene was one of the persons who were issued one of the papers in less than 6 months or in less than 1 year. Musa damaged that pickup. How then do you expect the party to be visible?
When you say damage, what do you mean?
Musa used the pickup in less than 1 year. He have serious mechanical problem. He created serious mechanical problem for the pickup. Now the pickup is in garage. Very difficult to be repaired. And the other individual was given the pickup. The man still uses the pickup and conducts political affairs of the party. Because the party, as a very responsible institution, knows that those of our own government who holds party position know that the code of conduct is very effective, and this government is a very mature one. We do not have to engage in everyday political affairs of the party. On grounds of that, the party, through its leadership, thought to provide those who are outside government trying to get placement to run the affairs of the party support. As a matter of fact, I said it last time.
If the code of conduct, 1 minute, sir. If the code of conduct is preventing you from speaking out and maybe representing the party at some level, which is very good, you are trying to be law abiding. Why don't you quit the position so that others will come and become more active, since they will not be government officials?
No, so the code of conduct provides timeline as to when people function on political activities or for political activities, right? So I'm not saying the code of conduct is prevented on a daily basis or throughout the year or throughout the month. No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, for example, as vice chair of Press and Public Affairs of the party, I wouldn't come on working days, particular working hours, 8 to 4 or 9 to 5, and can't talk party politics. For example, some talk shows run 5 to 7 o'clock. That I can provide my service in terms of providing
Okay,
adequate
Mr.
information
Vice
for the
Chair.
party.
Thank
But
you.
Musa Kene is one person who is causing the party to go very much invisible. So
Okay.
just to the point that so Musa has got little or no ground to stand. People must lead. We are leading right there, and we're doing the right thing for Liberian people for ACO as a party. Thank you.
Thank you. The ACO thing, it was supersede everything here. Good morning. I have another person on this line. Hello.
Clarence Jassy, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
This is Attorney Musa Sharif.
Musa, are you a member of APCO?
No. I can't call.
No, I mean, I just wanted to ask you, but go ahead.
No, I'm not a member of ACO. I'm a member of National Development Party of Liberia.
All right.
Yeah, basically, let me just speak generally to the issue. Good morning to Musa Kane in studio and good morning to the Liberian people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me first speak to the political party system in Liberia. So I think it's appropriate when political partisans that are being fortunate to be elected, to be appointed in political positions, I think it's appropriate that they leave political party with those that are not,
Why?
that are not working. Yeah, because, government job requires your full attention to do the work of the people normally. There are political partisans that are secretary general, they still hold high government position. There are political partisans that are deputy chairman for this, for that, and they still hold government position. Clarence, that's conflict of interest. Political party is an institution that must be, basically ran with focus, certainty, and you talk about all of the clarity. It's an institution that is living. After you, there are some people that will carry on the legacy. You can hold on to the political party position or the political party hostage, and then
and that is why the frameworks of our law in the code of conduct lay down some clear procedures as to how people who are in the government at the same time political party leaders, the way they're supposed to move and conduct themselves in the context of politics.
Because political parties are meant to correct society. So once you are in government, you may not discuss the ills of the very government, because when you're a political party, you can discuss the ills of the government. You can also discuss the good of the government. So political party, I'm speaking generally, because I'm a chairman of a political party. So
Thank you, Musa.
That is our general thoughts. It's not supposed to be so. All political parties doing it, especially the UP alliances, they are doing that. It's wrong.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Piso.
Good morning.
Thank you. My name is Prince Myers. I joined from the National Office, the Movement to Protect and Defend Honorable Sekou A.M. Dugle, Managing Director of National Port Authority. Thank you for the second talking point this morning, and your guest gave me my day. Clarence, we, the young people in Liberia, commercialize our integrity every day. Look, Clarence, as I'm speaking to you now, my laptop is doing money. I pull data and many in my phone to call and protect and defend the legacy of so we do it now because of money. Since I get connected to this group, I haven't received a damn. That is a loyalty. Look, if I go for something, I go for it. Whether you give me money or not, we all need money to sustain ourselves. It is true, but you need to put your integrity on the line. Thank you for this.
Thank you. Good morning, yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. My name is Prince Smo Kotima. I joined on the Gandhi Electoral Center, FBA District 4.
Yeah?
Well, let me agree with Kane. I think Musa Kane spoke a lot. If it comes to the issue of the national legislature, I think those lawmakers are there to suppress their own people. They are not improving the livelihood and survivability of the people for whom that work with them. So for me, if it comes to the issue of ACO, I think that is just political institution, but for the advocacy of the national legislature, I think we need to take heed. We need to not elect people who are not representing the country, the interest of the struggling masses. So let me say thank you to him this morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. Thank you. We're still taking calls here. Let's take you right here. Let's go back to this line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Not bad.
Yeah,
This is Adama Kane, Joseph Wakason, member of Unity Party.
Adama Kane, let's hear you.
Yeah, but when it comes to the legislature, I agree with Musa Kane. The legislature, they are not in the world. The legislature, they are the problem today, like the legislature, they are the problem today. They can say we can go big. How will not big you? When you're putting budget, you're feeding yourself, even yourself, the whole entire country money you're taking and pay yourself. We have a saving because we don't get power to do anything.
Okay, thank you. Let me take this other call.
I love the way
Hello. You are now on the line. You're on the line now. Hello.
Yes, I'm Lasana A.M. Kamara, the National Secretary General of All Liberia Coalition Party.
Okay.
I just want to clarify a little thing. What Musa said with respect to the party's appearance, party being marketed. Of recent, I was just to CEO. Even more to CEO. Our lecturers were giving the appraisal.
You say you are the National Secretary General ACO?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's good. When was the last time you people had one executive committee meeting?
Now the chairman said we just finished.
No, I'm not saying the chairman. I say you. When was the last time? You are one of the chief scribes of the party. You are you're supposed to be acquainted with dates and time and everything and day. When was the last time?
We just concluded a consultative meeting within the party.
No, I'm not saying consultative meeting. I say national executive.
As far as the meeting they go in July, we had a meeting. We discussed a lot of things. We discussed a lot of things about the party's progress. Do
you work in the government?
I do not. I have not yet.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Secretary General.
Yeah, so I just want to tell Musa that, yes, the minister is also doing well. Minister, every time we go in the community to tell people thank you, give them cheers. Minister and myself, even yesterday,
who the minister now?
Honorable Sekou Kloma.
The Minister of Postal Affairs, okay.
Postal Affairs, yes. And I always appear to see you to explain people about the party's movement, party's ongoing activities. So I'm not stopping him. I'm mainly here for coming up. But say the party is not marketing.
You say you are the National Secretary General of the party?
Yes, sir, Chief. But I've appeared with you one time.
All right, thank you. Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah.
My name is Terry P. Grammy, and I do join you from my city or community resident.
Yeah, very final caller. Let's hear you.
Thank you so much for your talking point this morning. And my concern has been raised on the legislature. You see, the legislature is Liberia's biggest problem. That body has never in our history been serious in terms of implementing policy, in terms of policy reform, in terms of helping our country move forward.
Okay, thank you. We'll go right back to Musa. Michael Bido from Banga sent me this message. He says, I listened to one of the callers speaking about political party leaders holding positions in government and thought to add to his view. That is what I saw in the Doe government. Dr. Augustus F. King, Chairman, National Democratic Party of Liberia, didn't hold position in the government. Councillor Patrick Bido, Secretary General, didn't hold position in the government along with others. They were paid from membership dues collected from members of the party. This is what should be happening. Musa, let's come back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Clarence. I want to focus on the main thing I'm here for is the reform the legislature. While leaving, I'm going to speak on the ACO issue because that is just secondary and that's not what I came here for. That is why I didn't put evidence also. I didn't discuss in detail. I didn't speak to some of the issues. But I'll do. I think we need to do well with the legislature. I'm appealing to the people of Liberia. We need to pay key attention to the legislature. We need to ask and demand our lawmakers to do what is right and just. That will start with having the best people in the legislature. Why will you send people to the legislature and those who are working for them are less paid? They are pushing away professionals from the legislature? I think that is dangerous for the state and it's not helping the legislature. And I want to speak to the speaker. You've always argued that you are doing well. You've argued that your regime is trying to reform the legislature, but we are not seeing that, Mr. Speaker. Reform starts with number one, empowering the staffers to do the work, get the right professionals to do the right job. Number two, pay them well. Once you do that, then you start to reform other issues in the legislature. Like I've said, take sharing of distribution of gas slip and things, take it from rules other administration, send it to central administration, allow central administration to do her job. So now we can now audit the legislature. You know why the legislature is not accepting audit? I want to repeat that because people feel their hands are in a cookie's jar. They are doing what is wrong, so they will not allow that ballot to be audited. But once you take that function from the lawmakers, like other legislatures do, and transfer that function to central administration, originally it should be their role. So if the lawmakers believe what they're getting is not getting no correct and they're not doing it, obviously they will be asking for audit. But they themselves doing everything. So again, is contributing to the secrecy in the legislature. And where there is secret, there is cheating. Where there is cheating, there are issues of accountability. Let me go now to the issue of alcohol. Mr. Chairman, thank you. I told you before coming on radio, I call you and I outline all the issues to you. You admitted to the issues. You said you are willing to settle them. I'm surprised you've come to say you've been half a meeting, but I agree now. That is on radio. You want to settle that. That's fine. On the issue of Masale, I'm surprised that he's speaking out this way. Because this is a man who said he became minister.
The man said he spotted a pickup.
Say he became minister. He has not paid a cent in membership due to the party.
You think so?
I don't think so. I believe so. He has not paid a cent in membership due to the party. He has no contribution. Zero contribution to the party, saying he assumed that position. And he's contributing to that. He said, I'm contributing. I pay my own money to do what I was doing. I'm not working in government. I do not have anything. But I've contributed far more in the last 3 years to the party than you. Check it up. I was giving you a Tata pickup, right? The people who the SB buy it from, they say in 3 months' time, if there's a problem, we were just drafting one day, 2 months after giving it to us, the crush just went in, took it back to them. They themselves do not have part for it. They themselves cannot fix it.
So it's there.
It is there. What is there? So I think it was less than 2 months. We were driving. Then maybe it had a factory fault. Because you cannot get a new pickup 2 months. You just be driving in the cross, just go in, you can't come up. So then I call the SB. Said, but the people say you can carry that if their job in 6 months time, anything happen with the car, they will fix it and bring it. So we took it to them nearly a year. Didn't say cannot fix it. They don't say to that. So this one, how is that something on me? So I think he need to find something else to say. Gentlemen, this is not about fighting. This is not about coming on the media to defend yourself. This is about standing for the interests of the party. I know I like the LG. He said he has been going to see you. He went to see you. He and the minister, individual, going to get chair. You think institution to be individuals' work? I said we are running an institution.
They do that as a representation of the party.
No, he just said they did 1 or 2, right? As a representation of the party. Anybody party member can just go a representation of the party. What happened to the party structure? What happened putting system that will work for the party, right? You know, in institution, it is not about people wanting their name to go out. It is not about people wanting to believe that I'm the good guy. It's about the institution being a good institution that will reflect on everybody.
Musa, you could be a good chairperson of ACO.
I could be a good leader everywhere. So it's not just about party.
Do you want to be a chairman of ACO?
Right now, I'm focusing on my preparation for 2029. And I believe we need to get involved to bring change to the legislature. And I'm going to focus on that. I don't want to distract my mind to parties.
If you continue on this path, the guys could put you out of the party's ticket.
You know what? I do not have a problem. I've always said, once I'm standing for the right thing, I do not have any problem with the consequences of standing for the truth.
Okay, Musa, thank you so much. Musa Kenneth was here as our guest this morning on this edition of the OK Morning Rush, a lawyer, a ranking member of Lucidin Kamara's All Liberian Coalition Party. There, he says, Ansu Dolly and the rest, 2 weeks' time, you can lead, you will lead. We are already holding consultations. Thank you for coming, Musa. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we are expecting our next guest. He's right outside there in his car. He'll soon be coming in. Former Ambassador Sheikh Koyatet, but former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor just wrote something. Somebody sent it to me, and I reached out to her. She has confirmed that this is actually her Facebook page, and so I can read it. She posted it 44 minutes ago. She says, "Stop the wanton abuse and disrespect of national leaders. I have been made aware of a deeply disturbing and entirely false statement made by a former member of the Liberian legislature, alleging that during the condolence visit of His Excellency President Joseph Yuma Boakai following the passing of my beloved son, Mr. Charles Nelson Philip Taylor IV, the president behaved in a manner that was disrespectful to my family and our home. I wish to state without fear or reservation that this allegation is completely false and disrespectful. No such incident occurred. It is a fabrication that dishonors not only the office of the president, but also the sacred memory of my son and the slum period of mourning that my family endured. The loss of a child is one of life's deepest sorrows. During that difficult time, Liberians from every political persuasion, religious background, and walk of life came to offer comfort and condolences, of which I remain entirely grateful. President Boakai's visit was one of many such expressions of sympathy extended to my family, and it should never be distorted for political sensationalism or personal attacks. As a former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, former First Lady, former Senator, and a lifelong servant of the Liberian people, I have always believed that our democracy is strengthened when we protect the dignity of our national institutions and treat one another with decency, even in moments of political disagreement. I therefore categorically reject the growing culture of character assassination, misinformation, lies, and the abuse and vilification of national leaders for political gain. Such conduct diminishes our public discourse, erodes respect for state institutions, and sends the wrong message to the younger generation about the kind of nation we inspire to build. Political differences, Joel Howard Taylor said, should never justify the deliberate spreading of falsehoods at any occasion, and especially concerning moments of greed and human compassion. Liberia deserves a higher standard of leadership, one rooted in truth, integrity, mutual respect, and responsible public conduct from all. I therefore call upon Mr. Yeke Koluba, the individual responsible for this false assertion, to immediately retract the statement and apologize to the Liberian people, to President Joseph Boakai, and to my family for introducing such a malicious and unfounded claim into the public space. Let us disagree on policies. Let us debate issues, but let us never sacrifice truth, decency, and respect at the altar of politics. May God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia and guide us toward greater unity, civility, and national reconciliation. Joel Howard Taylor, former Vice President of the country. And what she put there, she said, warning, respect national leaders no matter what. So the Vice President has disagreed. She said, you can spread lies. That when Joe Boakai went to visit her, President Boakai went to visit her on her son passed, he did respect her family. She said, it's not true. The president was decent. The president did not do anything like that. So Yeke should stop. And not just about Yeke, she says, indecency in the politics of the country, lies, deception, characterization, and all those things are not correct. I've always said it. And let me be honest, our leaders are responsible for those things. Because when our leaders are in power and their followers are characterizing people and casting expression and insulting people, they don't stop their followers. They like it because they believe that is the only way they too can come to power. If our leaders were bold and mustering the courage to say to their supporter, if you disrespect this person, you're not going to be part of me anymore, these things will stop. But until that time, they will not stop. Because everybody believe for somebody to insult people on Facebook and cast expression are the best thing to do, that the only way to come to power. So everybody's taking it. I've always said, the young people graduating from high schools, going to university, believe that this is how other people came to national prominence. You can learn a book in Liberia to your teeth. If you don't do certain things, people will not know you. That is the impression we who are older than them. That's the impression we continue to create. So that's the path they're trading on. Well, former Ambassador Sheikh Koyate is here this morning. I've invited him. I want to know, moving forward, he's not in the government anymore. What is it about the movement? How is he taking it? What is it doing, to, make it more visible across the country? Is what we'll be talking about here this morning. Sheikh, good morning, man. Our first interaction since you're leaving from the government. How are you?
Good morning, my dear brother Clarence, and good morning to my fellow Liberians. I'm doing very, very well today. I was in well. I had some challenges when it comes to health.
Yeah, I see you dropped weight a little bit.
Yeah, so, but today I'm grateful.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you spend the 26th? I'm asking because normally in times of national events, you go to Prevalent Baptist Church with your flag behind you and you will be doing all kind of things.
I was actually out of the country. I was in France during 26, but it was a colorful one. I watched it on television. I saw people from all walks of life that were persons. But sometime from day one, I think I told you before, celebrating independence in Liberia will have an impact on the life of our people. It's very much questionable to me, even though it is an obligation somehow that we must celebrate it because it is our national day. But at the same time, the celebration should also come with some patriotic cautioning about ourselves to say, why are we celebrating and why have we gone? We have about 179 years now since we got independence. There's no African country in this country that have independence like 100 years ago. So we should be asking ourselves, what have we achieved in 179 years? But I can say to you that I'm grateful that I'm back home and I will continue to be the same Sheikh I am. The movement that has been formed is not a movement against any particular group. It is not a movement against the government. It is a movement for the people. The African People Movement, that's the name of the movement.
The African People Movement?
Yeah.
So it's different from your political party?
No, it is not a political party. It is a non-racial.
You have a political party, a registered political party,
yeah, we
right?
do have a
the Liberia First
movement. We do have a registered political party. But what I do understand, Clarence, when the chicken lay egg and the egg is harsh, it gives birth to chick. Liberia was not giving birth through political institutions. Liberia was giving birth through civil rights movement. And I think the solution for our country should be non-political, non-racial, non-ethnic, and non-religious. And with that, we can move forward as a nation. Clarence, I'm very much I'm no longer concerned. I'm now worried.
Worried?
Yes.
About what?
I'm worried about the future of this country. When we talk about future, the future is given birth by the persons. You cannot harvest when you have not sown. And we as a nation, let us ask ourselves sincerely, are we together? Liberia, the name Liberia is a nomenclature that represents freedom. Should we refer to ourselves as people who are freed? Should we refer to ourselves as people or land of liberty? What is the essence of liberty when majority of citizens, people who are referred to as citizens in the country, live like strangers in this country, and those who are referred to as foreigners live better life than those who are born here? How will our country be 179 years? We have agreements, concession agreement being signed for 90 years, for 50 years, for 70 years, for 80 years. And there's no impact on the lives of the people. Every government that comes to position, they come with the same agenda. Road, infrastructure development, water, electricity, education, healthcare, the sanitation, reconciliation, integrity, anti-corruption. They come with the same agenda. And after 6 years or 12 years, the next government come, they come with the same agenda. Those roads that were faced yesterday will be the same road that will be passing again. And sometime they will begin a new process. And then they will say, oh, this project belongs to this person out there who was the president, so we're not going to continue it. We're going to do something afresh. This country, my brother, does not need political solution. This country requires patriotism. It doesn't require political party. What it requires is that Liberians should sit together and ask themselves, we are the oldest country in Africa and one of the oldest countries in the world. Let us be an example. You know, a friend of mine said to me in Turkey recently, he said the foundation for prosperity, for prosperity is morality. And I said, what do you mean? He said, Sheikh, when you have people who have moral values, leaders who have moral values, we'll not be discussing the issue of corruption. We have leaders who have moral value, we'll not be discussing the issue of the people not benefiting from the natural resources. He said one of the things we should fight on is to elect people with moral values. And not because this person is rich. They give an example. He said, name me 10 Liberian rich men who have never been in politics, that are very successful, that never been in politics. I couldn't. That live in
What was
Liberia.
he driving at?
He was driving at the system that been built. That this country solution is not a presidential solution. This country's solution is not just a legislative solution. The solution is a national solution. That means that people must first recognize that they are Liberians. Instead of seeing themselves as partisan, seeing themselves from this tribe, seeing themselves from this religion, they should firstly identify themselves as Liberians. Then secondly, they will begin to see themselves. How do we empower ourselves? What system can we put in place to empower ourselves? Then when they talk about that, then they begin to think about leadership. How can we, what kind of a leadership do we expect? Then you talk about accountable leadership. Then from there, we go to the word dankotization. That's a word I just created when I say Mauritius recently when I was
Dankotization. You remind me about P.L.O. Lumumba when I spoke to him. He used to love the former president of Tanzania so much when he said he was talking about Machiavellification of Africa.
Absolutely.
He believed in John Machiavelli a lot.
Yes, and I also have the same belief that if Africa had dankotization,
you mean the Dangote, the Nigerian man?
Yes, if we dangotize our natural resources, meaning that if we begin to locally produce add value to our raw materials in Liberia, that is what we call dangotize. Because
you say what the name of your newest movement?
It's not actually my movement. Okay. It is the African People's Movement. Professor Lumumba.
African People Movement.
Professor Lumumba is one of the founding fathers.
What does it seek to do?
It is a non-racial, non-ethnic, non-political movement that seek to reconcile the African people through unity, that seek to empower the African people through land and natural resources ownership, that the people should own their own land. It also seek to support leadership. It is not an anti-government movement. It is a government that supports government. It's a movement that supports government in terms of accountability, to ensure that the government is accountable to the people, that resources of the people, that the people should benefit. It doesn't want a political party to come and say, this is our platform. It wants to see a political system where the people themselves say, this is what we need. These are our needs. This is what we need. The people don't need scholarships. They don't need people to pay their school fees. They don't need people to pay their hospital bills. They need a system that will be put in place that will have free education. It needs a system that will be put in place that will support farmers. It needs a system that will be put in place that support disabled people. It needs a system to be put in place.
We have a lot of movements in the country. We have never gotten short of establishment of different movements. Nothing is changing.
This is why we have come with this, brother. You know, the good thing is I have a history in Liberia. I have a history with the government in 2005. When my mother was very close, my late mother was very close to President Salif. On many occasions, I agree, and on many occasions, I disagree. And my very first time to even say to my mom no was for politics when I said to her that Madam Sally was a good example for me. When in the 80s she refused to take a seat as a senator, and she said that there's no need she take a seat as a senator because she alone cannot make any difference between between those other senators. So she refused to take a seat. And I, as a child at that time, I saw her as a role model. But when the war came and I heard her testimony during the TRC, where she said she gave $10,000, I began to ask myself, the person who refused a seat because of the people, why should you give $10,000 to kill your own people? Is where I began to have observation with Madam Salif. And to be honest with you, there's no Liberian, whether you're leader or non-leader, that I hate. I love everyone. Loving people has no reason. But when the issue of trust, I just trust few of our Liberian politicians. And I can say to you, my brother.
Who do you trust?
I had
HAD.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had great confidence in the current establishment.
No, you're not talking about establishment.
I had great. Let me come to that.
Go ahead.
And through His Excellency President Joseph Numa Boaka Sr., why did I trust him? I remember I was a member of the CDC at the time, and he was a vice president. I'll give you two occasions. One, I was appointed by the Ukrainian government as honorary consul of Ukraine to Liberia. And Fuma Salih was the head of the NSA. They investigated, they do background check, which is normal. They found nothing. And then they sent a message to the Ukrainian that the man is an enemy of the state. So when I got tipped by the Ukrainian that I think you have some political problem in your country.
That was the agreement.
Yeah. So that when I met the former vice president, I got to him through Madam Winifred. She's now with him now. And Winifred made me to meet him. When we met, he said, I've been following you and admire your advocacy. Then he said, what is the problem? I said, I have been appointed as honorary consul of Ukraine to Liberia. And one of the reasons why I accepted this position is to create opportunity for young people to go out there to study. He called someone from the NSA at the time, who is now a senator. I don't want to call him. He did everything possible for me to be accepted. It was not possible. The second one, as a vice president, he came out and said, after those concession agreements were pronounced globally as bogus agreements, he said, he included himself because he was a member of the government, that we squandered opportunities. And I said to myself, that if a sitting vice president can come up publicly and say that we have squandered opportunity, it means that he has made many efforts behind the scene to make things right. So even when I was forming Liberia First Movement, President Boaka will tell you, he's one of the few people that I went to and I told him, this is what we are about to establish. It is not a movement that we want presidency, but it's a movement that we want to stabilize Liberia. We want a system in Liberia. And he's giving a blessing. When I was decided to run for the presidency, I went and met him. I said, I'm going to the election. But we all know that if there's a second round, it could be between you and the president. That's former President Weah. All of us are contesting. I contesting because we disagree with how governance system is going on. And whatever decision comes from the Liberian people, we will support it. Mm-hmm. And he came second. And that, under no condition, no request. Only a few requests were made, and that request was national request. There was no request for job for my partisan. There was no request for job for myself. It was a request that, Mr. President, please be our Liberian president through reconciliation. Mr. President, be our Liberian president through empowering our people. Mr. President, be our Liberian president being an accountable leadership, by providing accountable leadership. Mr. President, be a good Liberian president by developing our nation. And he responded with 3 words. Love Liberia, think Liberia, and build Liberia. And I emphasize on the issue of War Crime Code. When he took over, in less than 100 days, he did that. During our pronouncement, that day I was here at Executive Marshal, he held my hand and he said, he whispered to me, he said, he's saying what I said to you, I will do it. But the issue here is, the president had a book. And in that book, he still has a book, a notebook. He has concession agreements that he disagreed with personally when he was vice president. So I believe that he will have done everything possible, no matter how hostile is the legislature. And the good thing is that the legislature is very responsive to the will of the executive. So I believe there is a good chance for him that he could convince them by using patriotism, by using Liberia, putting Liberia first, to say that let's renegotiate these agreements in the interest of Liberia. My brother, someone told me that, when you sign an agreement, it is very difficult to change it around. I did my own research. One of the senators gave me just an area of Bear Mountain. Bear Mountain signed an agreement in 2013. You remember that, right? And that agreement was for 25 years. You'll be very surprised that in 2023, during the heat of the election, between August and September, that election, that agreement was amended. Less than 10 years, it was amended and given another 25 years. And there was no argument, there was no noise about that. Those from the ruling party at the time, and those from opposition at the time, and those who were independent candidates at the time in the legislature, they all agreed. They all agreed to renew the agreement, knowing very well that it was not in the interest of Liberia.
So when you say you had, HAD,
yes,
it means you've changed your mind.
Yes, I have begun to have doubt. My grandfather used to say to me that an inch of doubt is heavier than tons of truth.
An inch of doubt is heavier than tons of truth.
Because if you fully believe in Clarence Jackson, and Clarence has said something, and you begin to see that Clarence has done something, that Clarence has the power to change something, and Clarence refuses to change that. And even though you have made some changes, that does not mean that 100% you have lose confidence in him, but you have doubt. So when you have doubt, that trust, the word trust, is food.
So you have doubts in President Bouaga now?
I have some level of doubt
now
in what he should do for Liberia. But I'm still hopeful. I'm still hopeful that he would do the best for our country to move forward. When I was coming up as a young man, I felt that the only way we could make change was to be shouting. I felt that the only way we could make change was to challenge the system. But I have come to the realization that we can make recommendations to leaders continuously. And I have observed from 2005 up to present, there have been no public demonstration or manifestation of the people to the legislature where it has been a redress. No protests have been from 2005 to now, where the people went to the legislature and they requested for something that was done. It never happened.
Maybe we need to check out for one or two.
We had to check for one or two. So what I said to myself quite recently in Mauritius, when we put on the leadership of the African People's Movement, where I was
it was established in Mauritius?
Yes. We had the discussion in 2019 with Professor Lumumba. We spoke about it, we talked about it, but now it became a continental something beyond Liberia. So Liberia is just a headquarter. So this movement is built on 4 pillars. And these 4 pillars, we say, we cannot have African Union, we cannot have a united Africa if we are not reconciled with ourselves. We have to firstly heal our wounds, as people. And reconciliation is paramount to unity. And we also believe that we cannot have a progressive future youth if they are not empowered. Education should be prioritized. And I believe that with resources we have and the minimum population we have, that education should be free in this country if we manage our resources very well. And this movement will have chapter in every African state. As I'm talking to you now, we'll have few meetings next month to meet some head of states by next month upward. So the second one
what
is...
What do you hope to achieve?
What we hope to achieve?
You think these African presidents and governments will listen to you?
They will listen.
They already view Lumumba as a critical person.
No, let me tell you something. We should not generalize our leaders as being failures. We should not. We should not do that. I used to...
Meaning there are some good African leaders.
There are some good African leaders. Imagine Niger, for example. Niger have been in darkness from independence up to 3 years ago.
There's a military regime there.
Yes. But guess what happened? Today, Niger was the one, uranium of Niger was providing electricity for France, and people were paying almost nothing for electricity in France, where people of Niger were in darkness. The gold from Mali was supporting many countries through their their banks, their currency. Same with Burkina Faso. But guess what? They decided to say no. And let me give you another democratic example. The president of Guinea, quite recently, put stop to exportation of gold, raw gold from his country. And now they have built a gold refinery.
They did that?
Yes. They'll be inaugurating it very soon. In that gold refinery, every gold will pass through that gold refinery. And now they are negotiating now that they'll be having equated, not I call it
royalties?
Not royalty. And this
they
is
want to
really,
have equity.
Equity. And this, let me tell you something. And to be honest with you, I read the accelerated agreement. Don't you know that Liberia has 30% equity? But we ignore it.
You think we ignore it? We're not benefiting?
No, we're not benefiting.
I think last year or whatever, we got $200 million.
Let me tell you something. The former Minister of Mines and Energy explained to us how many tons of iron ore leave this country.
Women pay?
Yeah, when Madam Salif signed that agreement, they had an agreement to have just 5 million tons of iron ore to leave Liberia. Well, the three counties, that is Niba County, Grand Bison, and Bon County, were benefiting $3 million for social development fund.
Mm-hmm.
And they were to take out 5 million metric tons annually. But guess what? Today, with a new agreement, the amended one, a settlemeter is permitted to take up to 25 million to 30 million metric ton out, and has increased or decreased, somehow we say decreased, the amount for SDF from 3 million to 5 million. So when they were taking out 5 million metric ton, they were paying $3 million to the three counties. Now they are taking up to 30 million metric tons. They are paying $5 million to us. So what do we benefit? Are these agreements in the interest of Liberia? Why must we have be an iron ore producing country? We cannot have national steel factory. Why must we be a gold producing country? We cannot have a gold refinery in our country, national gold refinery in our country, where our country is.
I think the Minister of Lands,
the new minister,
Matenake,
yes.
I heard something like that.
He's working on that. And I must admit, he's one person in the government that I have great respect for. He's working on that. And so imagine Beer Mountain declared quite recently that they produce 900 kilo of gold every month. 900 kilo of gold times 12 is 10 ton, 800 kilo of gold. You just multiply 10 ton, 10.8 times 150. 1,000 kilo is 1 ton. So just imagine you calculate $150,000 per kilo times 1 ton, that is times 1,000. Do you know how much we're going to benefit? Imagine that Liberia has 30%. In that 30% gold, Liberia does not need to sell the gold. Liberia will keep the gold at our vault at the central bank and use this guarantee to build our roads. And when we build the roads, we'll have toll booths, and those who will be plying the road will be paying towards it. So our gold remove us.
Is that your movement's idea?
That is the idea of the movement. And the movement idea is we can have land and we have resources, and the people are begging. You know, Liberia is a great country, and Liberians are not lazy
You
people.
would not have formed part of the movement had you stayed being in government. Am I correct?
Yes. And that is why, no, I will have still been part of it, because you know what? My position didn't change. From the day I took office as an ambassador at large, I never changed my statement. I always give 1 year and speak to people internally, and do observation in 6 months. The next 6 months, speak to people internally. And if there's no redress, then I come up publicly and speak of these things. And before even speaking on some of these things publicly, the speaker, one of the presidents who I also have great respect for, despite their decision, I have great respect for him. I don't think the legislators see me as an enemy. Probably they misunderstood me, or they misinterpreted me and felt disrespected, that it was challenging that somebody in government could speak the way that I spoke. It was
Do you miss the position?
I don't miss it.
You don't?
I don't miss it. But because I still maintain the same responsibility. I never had a position, had a responsibility. And I still continue to excel that responsibility. And what is that responsibility?
Did you tell Lumumba that you were removed because you were concerned about some issues?
He was informed about everything. And nothing was done before his constitution. And he said to me, I respect you. One thing he said to me, Do not live with anger. Your leaving government should not be your party leaving the government. You have an agreement. Let you be known as a man that respect agreement, whether written or non-written. And when I was removed from my position, all of the interviews I've had, I've always said that the movement, Liberia First movement, still maintains its relationship, still maintains its alliance with the Rescued Alliance until 2029.
Do you regret anything? If you were given the opportunities you had a few months ago, will you speak the way you spoke?
Absolutely.
Will you still speak the way you spoke?
I would have spoken more than what I did. If I addressed the European Parliament in Italy, and the European Parliament, after I addressed them, it was a painful truth that was said to them. What happened? What did it do? They translated my speech into Italians and shared it with Italian media. And they also even sent me the copy of that voice,
which was normal. If a Frenchman
Let me
comes
come
here
to that.
and he speaks, they can interpret to English.
Yeah, follow to that. Our university, a prestige university in Italy, contacted me to give me an honorary doctorate degree for my stance at the parliament. That it was the very first time
they did that.
They did that, and I was not available to receive the award. My daughter, my second daughter, flew from France, and she went to Italy to receive that award as an honorary doctorate degree. And quite recently, they just sent me a message that the prime minister would like to meet with me. So my relationship, my stance is not against a government. I am not against this government because first of all, when you define government, it means the people. We are the government. Those who are employed, who are elected, they are our servants. They are working for us. So the legislature is not a threat to me. My duty is, if things are not going rightly, the first thing I should do is to do a written communication, which I did. I'm on record that I wrote the speaker 5 different letters. I forwarded to him on the same concern, and I wrote the president pro tempore one of the letters and addressed it to her. And because I've got no regrets, is when I went to Italy, I spoke and I also make reference to Liberia. And even tomorrow,
I think the House of Representatives reference your appearance here. I think one of them said, go back to OKFM.
Yes, you know, they reference my appearance here. Then, and you and I had a conversation where I stated that the legislature received bribe, and I used Madam Salif as evidence that she provided 100 pickups to lawmakers. There was one person who refuses. That was Franklin Siaka. You still remember that? And I said there's a need that the legislature should privatize Liberia. And imagine, one of them told me when we're having a case, he said, but Sheikh, guess what? Even the settlement agreement, it had 5 more years when we renew it. And guess what? The light went off. We had to use our phone lights to ensure that we signed it to have the amendment.
What the president was trying to tell you?
To tell me
that they did the wrong thing?
You have to tell me that, let me tell you something.
But the president should have mustered the courage to vote against.
No, guess what? This country, there's a system that being put in place. I do believe that there are more good people in this country. Still good people in this country. But we have more bad people in government than the good people. And because it's a recycle system. And somebody who never had a 1-bedroom become a government official, he become a rich person, and quickly become they call it philanthropics. Oh, he's building schools. Oh, now he's paying people school fees. Oh, he's a good man. He's our leader. But what is a leader? A leader is one who forsake his happiness for the happiness of others.
Let's talk a little bit about the recruitment of membership for your new movement. What are you doing to get visible?
What we are first doing right now is that we are building continental chapters. So the recruitment will be done nationally. So we are putting on firstly the national leadership. We have the president from Liberia. We have the secretary general for Comoros Republic. And we have
the president, that you?
Yeah, I'm the president.
So in the movement, you got president,
your vice president.
That how you call it?
Yeah, so we have the president and / SRC, Stefan in charge. And so I got elected as a president. And now the headquarters is in Monrovia. So temporarily, I'm using my office as a headquarters while we have a plan of having a real headquarters in Sanikole. We believe that AU, African Union, was giving birth in Liberia. And Liberia should be one of the decisive nation in Africa when it comes to the African Union. And apart from that, Liberia is one of the founders of a United Nation. You know, and I had a meeting with one of the UN senior staffs quite recently in Ethiopia last month. He asked me, what do you think is a way forward for Africa to have representation on the Security Council, permanent seat? What is the idea? You know what I said to him? I said the day Africa they begin to realize that we are, even though we are not seen as one country, and we are seen as one continent, and we're seen as divided states, if we decide to say, okay, whoever is a president of the African Union head of states authority, that person that year should represent Liberia at the United Nations Security Council as permanent member. If we make a recommendation to the United Nations, there will be no way that we say no, because we are unanimously agree that whoever is the president of African Union head of states authority should become the representative of Africa on the United Nations permanent seat. We will always have a seat there. But as long as we don't agree with that, and we say, oh, this country is big, this country is small, this country is powerful, we will never have it, because there'll be this misunderstanding. And he said to me, this is a good recommendation. And he advised me, can you write the commission chairperson and inform me about this idea, or ask for an audience? And what we did, we wrote a letter, and we are expecting to have an audience very soon with the commissioner head. We also expecting very soon to have meeting with the president of AU head of states governing authority. And I can tell you that we will succeed. Liberia was given birth by an idea, not an idea, not by an individual. And Africa have been moving, all those countries in Africa that got independence, they were not given independence by men. They were given independence based on ideas that men follow. And I believe
what's your current relationship with former President George Weah?
I don't have any problem with former President George Weah. I wish if I see him today, I would speak to him. I don't know what would be his response. But the last time I saw him was at the Bolivar Palace Hotel. And I got off my seat to speak to him. He said, don't come around here. Don't talk to me. But whenever I see him, I'll still speak to him. I still have respect for him because he is a former president. He's a leader of our country. And despite political reason, he also plays some part globally where he makes Liberia to be known internationally as a nation that produced the first African to get become European backs, even though he's not a European, to become first African, the only African to have Ballon d'Or. I think we must give him a respect. You know, I have respect him as a person. But in terms of leadership, I think we need direction than individual.
Former Ambassador Sheikh Alhaji Koyate is our guest this morning. He has announced the formation of a new movement. He says it's different from the one Liberia Movement Political Party. It's a continental institution that is not an anti-government, but they will also not support government like that. They'll be making recommendations and meeting national leaders in countries. He said he has no regret not being an ambassador, because you know why? It was not about the position. It was about a responsibility, and he still believes everything he says, and he believes in himself. Let's hear from you in the public. What do you think? We can talk. This morning, like I said, we have invited him to talk more about the new movement he's establishing. How is it not going to be the same as other movements in the country? 0777 700-995-0555-995-995. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, my
to
friend.
your guest.
Good morning, my friend.
My name is Amara M. Fofana, and I'm from the Freeport Bell.
Okay.
Good morning, Sheikh Kuyate.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, sir.
Okay. It's been a while. We have been seeing.
Yes, I've been out.
Yes, Sheikh remains a brother to not only me, a lot of us, biologically, religiously, and nationwide, by nationality. And again, he has his opinion to issue. And Sheikh was just in government. I know sometimes people can express their anger in many ways. But I'd like to say to Sheikh, in this public manner, he's my brother. The advice for him, Hindu, is there. At times, it's very good to speak, but sometimes it's better to listen and learn from some mistakes, for the lack of better words. So I will find a time we will meet, but again, a lot of people respect you, a lot of us listen to you, a lot of us admire you. But this government, for you to come up openly and say that in your expression, that some of the things that you think that were promised are not being delivered by the president. I think that's being very, very disingenuous.
The man is some of the things. He was practical. He named some things. He talked about a reform in mineral development agreements. He was clear.
Okay, that is that. But you, Clarence Jackson, sitting there, know very well that those agreements were not signed by this government.
No. I come in, bossman. What? Don't hold me at evidence. What do you think about it? The man just said. Bossman, wait. The man just said development agreement. He said some of the amendments honor the government. He did not think it would go the way it went because the president said he would have done it different.
So now he should be in the position to tell us how it went and how he expected it and how it was. He should put it as per the agreement, as per the law.
Thank you. But the man was clear. The man explained the thing in my late son used to say in totality, in its totality. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence Jackson.
Good morning.
I do tell you from Africa, and good morning to Chef Priata.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, Kataka, let's hear you.
Yeah. You know, let me just say something here to the people that is serious. I don't want you to come and come say on the radio saying that he met Joshua and he spoke to Joshua stopping now to come around here. It's a blatant lie. I don't want you to come up publicly and start manly. Joshua is a people man. When you do bad to him, he's not a type of person that if you do bad to him, he will still speak to you. So I don't want you to come sit over here and lie on Joshua there. Thank you so much, Clarence Jackson.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Are you there?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Piso, and good morning to your studio guests.
Good morning, brother.
I'm Ambassador Critical, the Rescue Chairman of the Republic of Liberia.
Man, what's your name? Momo Johnson?
Piso, yeah, this is...
why you have beating around?
Mm-hmm. Good morning to my dear common ambassador.
Good morning, my dear brother.
Once ambassador, always ambassador.
Thank you, my brother.
Ambassador, let me say this to you. You serve well. You serve well. You did what you could have done when you were in government. But quickly to say I'm a little bit disappointed for Honorable Sheikh Kuyate, my own common ambassador, to come talk about new movement. You have sales movement in this country. What are some of the tangible you could point out that your movement did in the interest of Liberian people that you're coming out of another movement?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go, yeah. Hello.
Piso, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Well, sorry for the poor quality of my voice due to cold. My name is Abel Plaki. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Kuyate.
Wa alaikum salam, Honorable Plaki. How you doing today?
My God is good. Thank God for His grace that we were able to wake up this morning. Well, I want to thank you for your explanation, but I want to disagree with you on one part. There's a difference between quotation and trying to explain what the former vice president said at the time, who is now our current vice president. The president did not say we squander opportunity. You got to learn to quote the president very well. The president said, he said there were opportunities squandered. There's a difference between we squander and opportunities were squandered. And you know the role of a vice president. Everywhere in our constitution.
No, the vice president said we squander a lot of opportunities. That's why he said.
No, he did not say we squander. He said there were opportunities squandered.
No, but we need to check for that.
No, he said,
assuming he did not say we, right? Assuming he said there were a lot of opportunities squandered, you think he was exempting himself?
No, but you see, it's good to quote the president, then you cannot explain. The president, you can't try to misquote the former vice president at the time. President Blanca said there were lots of opportunities squandered.
He said we squandered a lot of opportunity. We will check. Two hour check. We'll check for the. We'll check
so
for
I
that.
just want to hear because my brother Sheikh continued to carry such a message. The president said we squander. He said there were lots of opportunities squandered.
But Abe, I'm not getting your point. Like I said, assuming without admitting that he said there were a lot of opportunities squandered, he was referring to the United Party government where he served as vice president.
But you see, you validating my argument. I have said to you, there's a difference between quoting somebody and trying to explain what the president said.
No, I'm not validating anything, Abe. There is a point here all are driving at. The point Sheikh is driving at, Sheikh said that as a certain vice president at that time for Vice President Bouaga to have said that, it means he was an honest man. He said it out of honesty. And this is one reason why he gained his admiration. So that's what I'm saying.
He was not just an honest man. He's an honest man. I
don't question. I don't question that, but I'm saying again, assuming he didn't say we, but even if he said there were a lot of opportunities squandered, he was referring to the party that he said as vice president of the government.
That was a profound statement to say there were opportunities squandered. That means the president was speaking truth and he meant what he said. But for Sheikh to say the president said we, I wanted to set the quotation straight. When you want to explain,
that mean he was speaking true and he said what he said, but he was saying there are a lot of but he was also saying there are a lot of opportunities
but you can't say the
president let's agree on something. What you were trying to say was in our government we had a lot of opportunities. There were a lot of opportunities, but we didn't do it good. We squandered.
It simply means there were some things that we did not do. We did some things, but there were some things that we did not do. And President Bouaga was very, very honest. That was a profound statement.
But that's the truth. But all of us saying the things, and I have said that even during the campaign, I said that, and a lot of people they want to hear. I said that Vice President Bouaga said that it was an honest statement. That you would serve a government and say there were a lot of opportunity. I mean, he said we squandered a lot of opportunity, but he said we were not there. But I said that statement was honest. So we saying the same thing. What Sheikh saying that you try? I don't know. Good morning. My man, sometimes the show it can be easy. Good morning. Why are you laughing for? You dropping my frequency? Go ahead. Eric, go ahead.
Well, the former vice president said we squander opportunities. So I mean, it was an inclusive statement. He included himself, including his boss at the time. But I want to make a statement towards our former president Weah. Clarence were here when former president Weah went to Nima County. Prophet Key, who insulted President Weah, insulted his wife, insulted his mother, insulted his father. But we saw them when Prophet Key walked to former President Weah, they shook hands. Mm-hmm. I found it difficult to understand this morning, Sheikh Kouyaté, who is...
But did you not also see when Joseph Bouaga won the election, they went to Executive Mansion for the transitional meeting? Did you not also see Jeremiah Kun stretch hand to President Weah and he refused to shake it? Did you not also see when the late Prince Johnson died at Prince Johnson's home, Jeremiah Kun went to the president and refused to shake his hand?
I didn't see that.
Okay.
Now, the point I'm trying to make is that Sheikh Kouyaté have been with the CDC, supported the CDC, supported the United Party. And he's not one person who have been abusive. No, the ambassador studio can differ with you based on ideas. He does not insult people, so I found it difficult to fathom why. So I was saying, move from here, move from here. I'm looking at, you talk about Jeremiah, did he say move from here, move from here?
No, he didn't say. But when you, the reason why I'm asking is sometimes you people create the impression that look. Let me tell you, everybody is a human being. When you're not make it look like President Weah doesn't get angry at all. Even if you cousin say he will just forgive you, that means a human being can get vet. Myself, I say that I can get vet. Eric, when you maybe vet will do something, I can slump, I can slump. No, I said that the impression people can create sometimes.
You were versed with me. Did you say move from here, move from here?
I've never gotten fair with you. Don't can be political here, man. I've never got what you do if I get fair with you. I've never gotten fair with you. The point I'm making is everybody like human being. I mean, that thing was clear on the video. We are Jeremiah can stretch here and we are walking where? Because apparently he still has an issue. And sometimes we can say, oh, the man has to do that, but sometimes everybody like human being, man, for God's sake. So now you want to restrain yourself, you don't want to do certain things, but and they get some people that can pretend. They just real. They get issue with you, they will express it in their actions. Hello?
Clarence.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is J. William Yancy. Good morning to Ambassador Sheikh Kuyate. How are you?
Fine, my brother.
Clarence, let me say to Sheikh Kuyate, brother, thank you. You are seated in the right place to do the right thing at the right time. Government position was not a right place for you because you have the whole time, the whole year from now to 2029 moving forward, you can criticize and criticize and criticize. When people come to government, positions are given to you by president. There are a lot of Liberians who want to occupy that position, even qualify more than you. You are given a position, and the president apologized on your behalf. The president, chief of staff, apologized. You flip-flop. Just to come be on radio every day and be criticizing to be talking to the president. They didn't want the president.
So you said that to mean that once you got government job now, you honor obligation not to say your heart, not to say the truth. You don't speak anymore.
Clarence, it's not that you don't speak anymore. You speak accordingly. You don't just get up and speak like you advocate position.
So for example, when Sheikh says the legislature is corrupt, have we not heard that? Don't we know that members of the legislature themselves have said?
I'm a common citizen. I'm not working in government. I'm not in privileged position. I'm not in the proximity of
when a member of the legislature says the legislature is corrupt, that person should get impeached. I mean, we should take that person from
they themselves will do due diligence to their member who will accuse their entire body.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, all right, final call, man. Hello.
Yeah, how are you? This Adam Kane President Joseph
you say I cut you off?
Walaikum salam, brother.
I want to ask you, if you accept Kuyate, if you can create a government, you see how many can create a government concerning about all the things that the government doing, the good thing that the government doing in the government.
You ask a man to create a government, don't say good thing, don't say bad thing, just say great.
We will create a government when it reaches 5 years. For now, we are not creating. I'm not going to create the government. When it's 5 years, we'll create the
government already doing good things. So let's say you listen to the exchanges.
Fellow Liberians, I just want to say to you that Liberia is a great country, and we Liberians, we are great people. I want to urge us all, let's reconcile as one people. Let's find a solution that will empower our citizenry. Let's support land and resource ownership. The movement, African People Movement, is not a movement for a specific tribe. It is a non-political party movement. No matter which party you form, which tribe you form, which religion you form, the movement is open to everyone. And I'm encouraging you all. And to tell you, I'm also sharing the website of a movement to you. It's www.africanpeoplesmovement.org. All is all the words are connected together. The letters are connected together. And I want to say to you that Liberia will become a better place for every one of us. It will begin to see ourselves more as Liberians than seeing ourselves as partisans. There will be government after government. There will be presidents after presidents. But Liberia will remain the same Liberia, and we, the citizens of Liberia, will always be the citizens of this country. Let's embrace ourselves. Let's see ourselves as one people, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much.
Okay, my brother, thank you so much for coming. Former Ambassador Sheikh Al-Hadi Koyate was our guest. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock, we could have Liberia's Public Works Minister, Lafayette Roland Gillings. If all works well and gets completed today, we'll have Minister Giddings here at 9 o'clock tomorrow. We would like to say thanks to all of you for always following the show. Today's Monday, August 3rd, 2026. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to Rejoice, Blessing, Nimlen Poye. Thanks to Abraham Cannon and the folks here. Okay, tomorrow we'll be back here with another edition, wonderful edition. Let's disagree to agree. Don't agree with everything you hear from us. Disagree to make our democracy healthy. Once we do so with civility, because it matters a lot. Bye-bye.